XM202.
Of the morning, while the city sleeps, an uncommon band of heroes unites to fight the forces of evil.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
With Op-Op.
I want to be known as notorious. No.
Ack-Ack.
Everyone is always in my way.
Oh, you really are deluded.
And B-Cup.
Kind of fat-breasted and awful.
And surrounded by dullards.
Ben looks like poorly spliced film.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Whenever Steve yawns, it looks like the back of the Batmobile and it accelerates.
Pocketosis.
Eric, you're not going to cry.
Shut up.
And armed with superhuman powers.
He pulls his pants down and just starts leaking into someone's garbage can. That's rule one.
How about if he gives you the old chin tap with his helmet?
That's all right with me.
They are living among us. Average citizens, average heroes, quietly and anonymously continuing to make the world a better place.
Controversial talkers Opie and Anthony.
We are just dicks.
You better just sit back and watch.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
It's impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes?
What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Well, let me tell you something, my crout neck friend.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Don't stop tweeting, little whore.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Okay, terrific.
Was that supposed to be sexy?
I'm being honest. I don't know anything.
The phone lines are going berserk.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm Big Dick Black.
Stay out the bushes.
Hey, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. Good morning. The O&A virus spreading across America and spreading inside myself.
Is this on? Why
Yeah.
can't I hear myself? Why can't I hear myself? Hello?
You seem very low, actually.
Hello? Hello? What the? Why? What? What?
Man, we have gremlins in this studio.
You are blasting in my headphones. I can't hear me in my headphones. How about that? How about that?
That's today's problem.
That's
Mars, you
today's
better get
problem.
in here.
And it was fine when we left here. What is that? What is that? What?
Hi, Mars.
I hear Opie in the headphones fine. I hear me more than this. It's not. It's low. I can't hear me at all. God.
Is that how you wear your headphones? Because each earpiece is like different. Sometimes I notice if I have the cord in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How's that?
It's great. I'm being choked by the cord here, but
that works.
I don't know. No, it's still lower than anything else, but
and the meters are all over the place today.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, now it's going to be too loud when anything else plays, so turn it down. Yeah. No, I can't hear myself the way I want to hear it because now it's way too low. This is great. This is just fabulous. Leave it right like that, I guess. And then when music starts, I'll blast my brains out because for some reason we can't have a stable volume here. Hi, welcome back. This is great.
See, now I had to turn up my headphone volume so I could hear you, and now I'm really loud.
It's a constant cavalcade of fuck-ups with this equipment on a daily basis. We talk about it for how many times the listeners hear it. Washington has heard it, and it's still the same. Why? Why can't the headphones work when I get back in here like they did when I left? That's all I'm asking. Imagine you get into your car every morning to go to work. No one else uses your car. It's just in the garage. And you pull up from work coming home on Friday, and then you get into your car on Monday, and your mirrors are all fucked up, there's no oil in it, the wipers are on, the horn blares when you get in. Wouldn't you go, what the fuck is going on with my car? I pulled it into the garage Friday, and everything was fine. Why is it all screwed up now? Hello, Washington? Has anyone used my car? No. Then why is it fucked up? I don't know. But we'll send a mechanic next month to take a look at it.
There's something wrong with your microphone in general.
There is something completely wrong with it. Somebody, again, was in here screwing with our studios.
Because the
Who was it?
The meters are all over the place. You are so loud now, it's not even funny.
On the mix, but not through my headphones.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're really loud in my headphones because I had to crank it up just to hear you.
Yeah.
And now when I talk, I have to talk a little softer because I'm blasting myself out in my headphones.
Yes, somebody was in here, again, screwing with equipment because that's the only way it could be. You wouldn't get into your car Monday to go to work if everything was screwed up and think somebody wasn't in there screwing with your car. That's how this is. It's the exact same situation, only we're driving a silly studio. Unbelievable.
You don't sound right in general.
No, I don't. There's something wrong with my mic.
Besides the volume problem, you just don't sound right.
I don't think it's me. La 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 la. How's my voice, Opie? Does it sound regular, like it does on a daily basis, normal? So it's not my larynx. It's not my voice box. It must be the equipment. Unbelievable. It's just something that happens on a daily basis.
When are they going to hire someone to be in charge of this channel is what I want to know.
Oh, stop it.
There's obviously, day-to-day problems that have to be taken care of, and it seems like this channel is just kind of running itself at this point.
Too busy writing us letters requesting money for travel expenses, apparently. Much too busy doing that. Did you get that email?
Oh, yeah, I got that email.
Please write XM a check for such and such an amount for travel expenses incurred on... Hello? Send me an expense report. I'll get it to you in about 3 months. Maybe. Unbelievable. Try this, Mike? Hello. Hi. What? Hello? It's a little better, but it's Jimmy's mic, and now I have AIDS. Hello.
And besides that, you're really low in the mix.
In the mix,
But then again, I bitched about the meters here in New York, and that hasn't been taken care of either. When we go to Washington, the program and air meters go like this. Perfect.
Really?
Up and down, perfect levels at the exact same time. You should see these meters. They jump independently of each other. I don't know what that means.
How is that? Any better?
It sounds good in my headphones.
It sounds better in the headphones.
I don't know what it sounds like in Radioland because according to this meter that I'm supposed to follow, my level is perfect.
Perfection.
And when you talk, you're way, way down here, but I don't know what that means, so...
Yeah.
Could XM please hire one guy to be in charge of this channel?
Yeah.
Please?
And look, now we get people bitching on instant feedback. Stop bitching. It's impossible to stop bitching. How about hey douche fuck in Birmingham, Alabama that says stop bitching. How about you walk in to fuck your sister, right? And you've been fucking her all Friday. Then you come back on Monday to fuck your sister again, and her pussy's all fucked up.
Her pussy's now near her ear.
Right. Wouldn't you go, well, goddamn, what done happened to my sister's pussy? You dumb shit.
You wouldn't know what to do, because now the pussy's up near the ear.
Say you're out lynching black people on Friday, right? And then you come back Monday to lynch another Negro, and your nooses are all fucked up. You ass. Don't say stop bitching.
People don't understand because they don't do radio. There's only a few things that will bother anyone that does radio.
That's it.
And one of them is if you're used to one type of sound in your headphones.
That's it.
And then you come in and that sound is completely different. It really throws you off your game.
Yeah.
It completely throws you off.
If you're saying stop bitching, picture your job and you just walk around smiling when you get shit on. Is that what you do at your job? You never bitch about the copy machine not working? Huh? Of course you do. There are things on everyone's job that pisses you off, and the one thing we just want is the equipment to work. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, your meter is so messed up. I have no idea what that means in Radioland.
And instead of writing stop bitching, could you maybe write, I hear Opie and Anthony at the same level. How about helping us out a little bit, listeners?
Yeah, does it sound the same?
I read instant feedback. I'm reading 10 instant feedbacks. Not one is like, guys, out here you sound okay. Nothing. It's stop bitching, shut the fuck up. Asshole from Birmingham sounds good to me. Okay, thank you. Got off his cousin for a second and actually helped us out.
It helped you out? That's hilarious. You know, it's really, really simple. It's really simple. To the gang in Washington, you need a guy, I don't care who it is, to come up here literally for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Where you show up when we show up.
Yeah.
And then you'll understand what's going on up here.
That's
all. Instead of making all these crazy decisions and be so opinionated when you're way down in Washington.
Right.
The studio is still, it's not a mess, but every day there's some little problem.
Somebody says check the security cameras. Doesn't Poe have security cameras? Do they run on the weekend? Are there tapes? Can we paw through security tapes and catch who's screwing around with our settings?
What amazes me about this is that we're here in New York. They're down there in Washington. The facility in Washington is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, everything runs very smoothly.
Like clockwork, dare I say.
And perfectly.
Right.
I mean, perfect levels. Everything is perfect down there. It's a perfect world. Up here, it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's like we're just hanging on by our fingernails, waiting to fall into the chasm.
And I got to be honest, I have no idea at this point who runs this channel. I really don't.
No.
I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm not going to mention certain names, but I really don't know who actually runs this channel.
No.
And what amazes me, we've been at this about 5 months, and the people from Washington, look, we're all for not having our bosses in our hair, trust me. But it amazes me that no one of high profile from Washington has spent any time up here, except for like a 10-minute meeting here, maybe an hour here, hour there, tops. Well, we're waiting for a train back to Washington, so we stopped by to say hi. But no one has actually come into this building, sat, and dug in to see exactly what this facility's all about.
No.
And that's why I say today, no one is running this channel.
And that's why I say today,
no one is running this channel. So then we go on the air, we bitch like idiots, and then the listeners get pissed off, and then we waste time bitching instead of doing a radio show.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're messing me up because you sound so different in my headphones. It's driving me nuts.
It's like it's not even me. It's like it's a stand-in.
Whoever is running this channel, could they come up here for a few days and dig in and maybe introduce yourself?
Hey, give us a
how
you're
the guy. Because honestly, no one has stepped forward in 5 months to show me that they are in charge of this channel. No one.
Post security tapes, quickly.
Yes, gentlemen, we have 24/7. So.
Oh, so there are tapes, and we could actually review in this studio.
I can get whatever you need, whatever time frame you need.
Are these cameras on?
Yes, they are.
So we could look in the studio and actually see if anybody was in here screwing with stuff.
Yes, you can. You have two different angles. You have an angle coming from this direction and another angle coming from this
do me a favor, though. Saturday from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., don't look at that piece of the tape.
Uh-oh. Were you in here?
I'm just saying. From 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Saturday.
3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Were you in here?
No, just kidding.
That's funny. You get some Fred Durst type pornography on the security cameras.
God,
no wonder the board's screwed up. Hope his ass is on it.
Uh-oh.
Ew.
Ah, in my head this time.
God damn it.
I'm not looking. What are you, insane? I'm not looking at that.
Holy jeez, he just hacked up a Wookiee.
Hey, good news, though. It's not green anymore.
Oh. Right when my food comes.
Sorry. I'm maybe 75% today, maybe, but I couldn't stay home anymore.
Is there a particular time that you want, gentlemen? Because I can...
Just find... I don't know.
I guess you could fast forward through it and see who's stepping into the studio at any given moment.
Either that or we have like real gremlins, because it's amazing. Every day something's different.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say every day because we don't want to exaggerate.
No, not every day.
If you give me a time that you need, I can get it for you.
We don't know, Paul.
Oh, if I knew what time somebody was in here screwing around with stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we know for sure it was 4:55 Sunday morning. We don't know.
I know Friday when I left and Monday morning when I came in here. In between
Tuesday.
that,
So
between Tuesday, right? We're in Tuesday. That's
between Friday and Tuesday.
And Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at him writing it down.
Just give a look. See if any suspicious characters are in here, fiddling with things. We're looking for fiddlers. There you go.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Poe.
No problem, gentlemen.
All right.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, what's up with the...
Not hot.
Wow, why is he pissed?
Is he mad?
Who
He
knows?
looked mad, did he? Did he seem a little mad?
So what's up with the Fred Durst sex video?
Well, there's a sex video. Someone hacked his phone, and for some reason, he's carrying around video of him having sex on his phone. Somebody got a hold of it, whether they hacked it or somehow got it.
It must have been a proud moment for him.
I get you want to keep it and show your friends. It's like Voss's hard-on picture that he shows everybody. But, you know, people are always losing their phones. Why would you keep stuff like that on your phone? It leads everyone to believe, oh, he meant to do that. Like everyone says that whenever a porn movie gets out. Oh, they meant to let it out. I don't think so.
No.
I think
he's
just
pissed
an
off.
idiot.
He's pissed off and he's suing for like $60 million, right?
He's suing...
Or even higher?
$80 million.
$80 million.
Yeah, but he's suing the websites that had released it. He's suing I guess the unknown guy that hacked it. Everyone's being sued.
So ready? I'm reading the story.
Yeah.
And I see Fred Durst is suing for whatever, $60-80 million of this sex tape. First thought in my head, small penis.
It looks bad, right?
I'm like, small penis. When Tommy Lee's video, was out there, he wasn't suing anybody.
There's a proud moment.
He's like, right on, bro.
That guy will forever be known to be the guy that has a Louisville Slugger for a schlong,
right,
and used it effectively on a chick that's probably been banged quite a few times.
Dude, the only people that sue over a sex video being released like that are guys that have small penises.
Yeah.
Why would you sue?
You wouldn't.
Because, obviously it's embarrassing if there's a sex tape out there of you.
If you're a politician or something, but he's Fred Durst.
Right.
What the hell's the thing? He hasn't been in the news for years anyway.
Right, he's a rock star, and if he looked good on that tape and he had a big schlong, he ain't suing anybody.
He'd just be talking about it. Yeah, well, it got out.
And then sure enough, there's rumors, because then I read other articles, and they're like, yeah, the rumor has it the reason he is suing is because he's not that large.
How embarrassing.
So...
Steve, of course, that wasn't up on Foundry Music, huh? You skated that one?
No. There's when the Secret Service and the FBI get involved, you tend to avoid those video clips.
Yeah, they're ruining everything. Like a lot of this stuff that's being hacked and people are finding, they're putting up on websites. Now even the pornographers like yourself, Steve, are getting a little scared to put this stuff up on their sites. And I haven't seen the Fred Durst video.
I have, and it actually wasn't taken off of his cell phone. It was taken off of his. At least the story he's giving is that it was taken off of his personal computer, which he brought in to get fixed. Now,
well, what kind of here's the idiot thing to do number 2.
Right.
It's like that guy. What's his name? Gary
Glitter.
Right.
Gary Glitter was brought his computer into. Hey, bloke, my computer's broken. He brings it in, they go to fix it, and child pornography comes spilling out of his computer.
Big mistake, number 1. I mean, there's all kinds of stories. There's also a story circulating that he was all set to market the thing, like Tommy did with the Pam tape and what Vince did with the Janine tape, and I guess the money just wasn't there, so as sort of a vindictive mood, the pornographer that had the sample just threw it up online, said, screw you, I'm putting it up anyway. I mean, there's all sorts of things. I don't really know. But
where'd you see it?
Someone just sent me a link to a URL. Yeah.
But I usually get the link, but I haven't been able to find that one.
I've got it. I'll give it to you.
All right.
Give us a copy.
Okay, he's got everything,
yeah,
by the way. And even the stuff you don't find on Foundry that he's afraid to put up for a fear of lawsuits. He gets everything.
But people are just stupid with their computers, I got a new computer about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago?
Yeah.
I took a sledgehammer to my old one, and I'm not doing anything that crazy. But I'm like, you know what? I don't even want the possibility.
You know why? You just don't know what's residing on that hard drive.
I took a sledgehammer to it, just in case. I don't trust anyone out there.
Remember my old paperweight back at the other studio?
Yeah.
My old paperweight was my old hard drive from one of my computers
right,
with drill holes through it.
Right.
It had been drilled like Swiss cheese, and I just used it as a paperweight. And again, not because, I'm trolling websites that are going to get me in trouble, but you just don't know what was downloaded onto there at some point. You don't know if you put pictures up there. It's just things. You could be safe.
I guarantee there's something on my old computer. I guarantee it.
Must be.
I don't know what it is.
Uh-huh.
I'm not like a lot of these pervies out there, but there's got to be something, especially with all the stuff we get from this radio show.
People send us a lot of links that we click on, and you look and go, oh, boy.
So I was ready to just throw my computer out, in the front of my building,
Nope.
The garbage man will just throw it in, and no one will even, think twice about it.
That's how they
Homeless
find
people
you.
are going through my garbage every freaking morning. I can just imagine a homeless guy sitting on my computer back at home base, wherever the hell that is.
And there's pictures of you jacking on the internet somewhere. Wait, I thought I erased those.
Right.
What happened?
So I'm like, I don't trust anyone anymore.
Yeah.
So I literally did. I took a freaking sledgehammer, heavy freaking hammer, to my computer. Until it looked real bad, and I'm
just
like,
smash
and then I would just throw it out piece by piece.
Yep.
Every day
One piece at a time.
every day was another piece. So if you were really motivated and you want to put together like a computer puzzle, great.
It's that hard drive you got to worry about.
No, I understand.
That's the thing you got to bang up and bend and
bake it.
Bake
the hard drive.
Really?
Bye-bye.
Put it in the oven?
Put it in the oven. Roast at a lovely 400 degrees for about 15 minutes.
I also threw mine out in the rain. Does that help?
I don't know.
I've heard, you know what?
Hard
I've
drives
heard,
are sealed very well.
Yeah, hard drives are sealed.
No, everything was. Oh, well, yeah, that. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been told by a number of people, bake it, and all day
Dude,
it goes bye-bye.
It was a whole project. I started with throwing it in the rain, then I took a hammer to it.
You got to be safe. People, you just don't know what the hell is on there sometimes.
You just don't know.
And sometimes you do know. You got to drill holes in it.
Let's say hi to John. Hey, John, what's up?
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Pretty
Hello,
good.
John.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey.
Hey, Oak, glad to hear you're back among the land of the living.
Well, I was sick. I've been sick ever since we got back from L.A. I'm convinced some savage on the flight back from L.A. got me sick.
Always. When you get on those planes, it's a flying petri dish.
And it was funny because I saw everyone getting the flu around me, and I was like blocking the flu left and right like a freaking NHL goalie. Like, save. And then I finally got hit.
One got through?
Oh, one got through bad. I got the strep throat, the upper respiratory infection. That was going away. And then all of a sudden, just the worst, heaviest cold hit me Thursday. So I'm glad I only took one day off, considering that I'd been sick for about 10 days.
Viscous. Was it all viscous snot?
Normally, I wouldn't suggest following in Norton's footsteps.
Yeah.
But eat some ass or start getting tankled on to boost your immune system.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're all going to be stuck with worse stubs every Monday morning here.
No. Ask Anthony.
We don't take days off.
I rarely take a day off. Anthony knows that. I used to do the show with strep throat because I get it every year. But this one, I needed to take a couple more days.
But hey, love you guys.
All
Eastern Blows punching out.
All right, thanks.
Sam from Kentucky saying, don't mean to scare you, but smashed or drilled, you could still get info off of the hard drive. We know that. If you take it into one of those FBI, CIA labs, they could. But no one's following us around like that. This is just for the casual person that picks it up and goes, hey, let me plug this in and see what's on it.
I just want to make it as hard as possible.
Right.
Instead of having the whole unit laying outside your apartment all night.
You just plug it in.
Right, where someone goes, you know, I can't afford a new computer, and this looks pretty good.
Let me check this out.
Right, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys have no idea. I mean, the homeless people especially, they just comb the neighborhood for stuff.
It's a computer. Let me take this one back to my light pole and plug it in and see what's on here.
But it's more than just the homeless. People are just scavenging through the garbage of New York all the time.
People look. I still actually look and go, ooh, what's that? Like, not even thinking I'm going to ever take anything. But I know growing up, when I was in my early teens and 20s, I never bought a television set. I used to go out, drive around.
Yeah.
I'd pick up a couple of television sets that were out for the trash, black and white, whatever, take them back to my little room I was renting in Greenlawn, and plug them in.
Yeah.
If it worked, that was my TV. If it didn't, it was back out on the street.
But I didn't start buying stuff until I was 30.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
it was always just, I never bought any. I had things. I had couches, tables. Don't know where they came from.
I was going to say, to actually go in a store and buy a couch? What?
What?
Are you insane?
What the?
You know how many times I just drove around a neighborhood and would replace my couch that way?
A little duct tape on the armrest if there was a rip?
Yeah, people don't understand. We didn't start making money in this business until very, very recently.
Right.
And especially like the college years and the few years after that, it was all about just combing the neighborhood going, oh, my God, look what they're throwing out over there. That's better than what I'm sitting on now. Then you made sure there was no bugs or anything crazy on it and made sure it didn't rain the night before, and you dragged that couch back to your abode.
Do you remember my apartment in Ashland, Massachusetts? when I
your hovel?
My hovel that I got when I started doing radio. I had the couch I had up there was one of the duct tape couches. We took the better of the two duct tape couches, and it had duct tape on the armrest.
Right.
And I remember when I was going to have a party or a company was coming over, I put brand new shiny duct tape on it.
Are you kidding?
That was me sprucing the place up. I had to put new duct tape because the old duct tape would kind of turn black and rip. So I put new duct tape, and that was me, like, decorating for guests.
The only thing I remember about your apartment in Ashland back there in Massachusetts was two things. All the yelling and screaming. No, just kidding.
The drinking.
No, that's what I was going to get to. You had a 2-bedroom.
Yep.
In Ashland.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly, because I would come over and pick you up. Aunt and I used to carpool all the time, especially in the early days. before we couldn't be bothered with each other.
Jesus. We went in our separate directions as far as where we lived, Opie.
Yeah, if you want to call it that. And your guest room was filled with empties. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we would take them back and get righteous bucks.
Barely, though. That's the weird part. I'm not kidding. I remember a time, maybe it was after a party or something, I remember that you couldn't really walk in this guest room. There were so many empties.
Yeah, you're right, it started in the closet in the guest room.
Right.
I have cases of beer cans, and it would fill the closet up, and if we didn't take it back to the store for the deposits right away, it would start spilling out into the guest room. And just stacked like a cooler at a beer distributor. They were stacked up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to load them all into the car and take them down to the liquor store. And usually we'd get enough money back to get a couple of more cases. Drinking was very important to me back in my early days of being married. I had to drink a lot.
Tony from Texas. What's up, Tony?
Yeah,
Hey,
you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I saw that Fred Durst video.
Okay.
Yeah, that dude's got a small dick, man.
Does he?
Well, that's the only reason he's suing. Let's be honest with each other here.
Yeah.
Because, he filmed it thinking, hey, man, you only film stuff and keep it if you think you look good on tape, right?
Right.
Sure.
So he thought, hey, I look good, my piece looks good, a nice presentation. But, he's delusional. Other people got a hold of that and looked on and said, Jesus, who knew Fred Durst had a small one?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if I should mention where I found it, though. You guys never mentioned the site.
Well, all the sites that had it are getting shut down by the FBI, so, yeah.
Oh, really? I downloaded it, so I got it on my computer. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, don't be a buzzkill and
yeah, let people find it.
Yeah, let people try to figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
All right,
man. Punching out.
All right.
Rich is saying you can't handle a booger on a couch, but you can handle urine, semen-stained couch from someone that someone threw away. Yeah, it was the old days. Believe me, I've changed over the years.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Anthony, but
I've completely changed.
Slowly but surely, he's turning into Howard Hughes.
I can't take.
Because you're right. He's right. You used to not care about a lot.
You're right.
You would come in here with like clothes that looked like it wasn't even washed. Now every day, look at you. You got perfectly clean clothes. They're pressed nicely.
I've got a new attitude. What can I say? I'm happier now than I was back then.
No, it's all good. But
I think when you're miserable, it really shows. It shows in the way you present yourself. And now I'm a kind of happy guy, so, take a little better care. And I don't want boogers on my couch. And I don't want people getting me sick.
Right.
I don't want people, hacking up big gobs of phlegm in their hand and then shaking mine. Things like that.
Let's go to the phone and say hi to Jim Norton before we move on with the show.
People
are wondering why Jim Norton's not in studio today.
Oh!
The show's a mess. I was sick yesterday. Norton's somewhere else. Anthony's playing video games.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely we'll get the pieces back. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, man, I can hardly hear you again.
Of course you can't.
Hold on, let me turn the air conditioner off. I'm going to bed. I'm in L.A. Hold on a second.
Needs the air
I can't hear nothing. I thought I was still on the...
Oh, he's in L.A. Air conditioning because it's so warm
Hey, Jimmy.
out there.
Yes.
We started the show, of course, bitching again because Anthony's microphone is all screwed up. He's actually using one of the spare microphones because the one he usually uses is a mess today, and no one knows why. No one's running this channel, so why would we get any real answers?
Yeah. Right, of course not.
But honestly, because I want to keep this very accurate, you can't hear us that well?
I can hear you, but I have to be completely silent. It's like when Danny picks up the phone, I heard him pretty clearly.
Yeah.
And you guys sound like you're talking through a tin. It's clear, but it's very, very distant.
What if I do this? Because now I'm just going to start doing stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing. Did that help?
No, let me see. Do it again.
Yeah? How about
How's
that?
this?
Actually, a little bit better.
Ah.
All right. I guess this works. Look, that took me 5 seconds to figure out.
How is that? Good?
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
A little better.
It's not as clear as it would be under a normal phone conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a new goal this week. I'm going to try to find out who actually runs High Voltage, the channel.
Okay.
And then I'm going to introduce myself and go, hey, maybe you should come up here, spend some time up here so you can really get a grasp of what we go through every day.
Right.
That's what I would do if I was a boss. So I'm going to find out who that person is, and we'll get something done.
But the important thing, Little Angel, how are you feeling?
I'm about 75%, but I couldn't stay home anymore.
All right. I was a little bit concerned when you canceled D.C. I was like, oh, shit.
I know. Good.
Oh, I had a party hat on and noisemakers. I was dancing around my house.
Yes. You were happy?
Oh, Jesus, I was happy.
Say what you want about me, but the one thing, man, I refuse to take sick days. I just refuse.
We don't take sick days.
But I felt so awful when I woke up Sunday. It finally really, really hit me. And I just needed to take a day. Even though yesterday I snuck in the park because it was, 60 degrees? And not to piss everyone off, but I did a little skating.
You're supposed to be in Washington. Too sick to go to Washington, but I'm going to skate in the park.
But Anthony knows I start climbing the walls. I'm not a good sick person. I'll complain more than anyone, and I can't sit still.
Yeah.
You know, I was contemplating going to the gym yesterday. I'm like, what are you doing? So I didn't do that. But then I go outside. It's 60, 65 in New York yesterday, which is rare in the winter, obviously. Also, I'm like, well, I don't think it would hurt. I mean, I would just be walking around a little bit getting fresh air, so why not just do just a little rollerblading, real lightly?
Well, now Sunday you really didn't feel good.
Sunday I did not leave bed.
And that would have been the day we had to get on a train and head down to D.C.
Right.
So, of course, it was best that you didn't go.
No.
Well, do you think Eric Logan is hearing this and looking at $1,500 worth of canceled train tickets and happily hearing about you traipsing around in a fucking jungle gym when you're supposed to be home in bed?
Well, you know what? But we're very honest on this show. I could have faked it, but that's what happened. That's what happened.
And stupid Ben didn't believe that I was actually coming to L.A. He called me. He's like, dude, I thought you were trying to get me. He's so paranoid.
I wonder why.
Trying to get him. He didn't really think I was coming to California until I was on the plane.
I'll tell you this, though. Saturday night I went to bed about 8:30. I woke up just to tell everyone there's no way I'm going to make it to Washington. So I slept from 8:30 Saturday night all the way to about 1:30, 2 in the afternoon Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And
then started sort of feeling, a little better at that point.
I loved it. When I got the phone call and it was like, yeah, well, Ope's sick and we're thinking about not going to D.C. I'm like, already. I'm on the computer canceling train tickets and stuff. I knew we weren't going, and I was happy about it.
Are we going next week?
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. And I want to thank all the asshole listeners that sent me those stupid e-cards.
I heard about that.
Just abusing the hell out of me. Chester hopes you're feeling better.
Yeah, I saw the one with the doggy on it.
Oh, you did see
from
that
Chester?
One?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chester hopes you're feeling better. A lot of doggy cards.
Of course.
And then
Rudy.
one guy writes, hey, ass. Put some Vagisil on and get back to work.
Like your vagina was raw or something.
Yeah, I'm like, gee, only from our listeners.
I get it.
But I got a ton of them. I don't know if they decided to just attack me on one of the message boards, but it was kind of funny.
Well, I've been keeping up my end of the bargain out here. Yoshi, we're trying to get people to wear Opie and Anthony shirts while they're being fucked in porn movies.
Oh!
That my goal is to have an Opie and Anthony shirt on a tranny in a really nasty tranny scene. That's my goal.
Great, thanks, Jimmy. Only the best from you.
Yeah, just to know that the people at XM will be fucking squirming and crying, and they're worried about the image so much.
Yeah, show that to potential advertisers.
Yeah, look what Vanity thinks. Yeah.
Here's the audience we're gunning for.
So you're, it's like 3:40 in the morning out there.
Ooh. Yeah, I come home tomorrow night on the red eye, so I'll probably land like 6-something. I'll be in before 8 tomorrow, I think, but that's the first flight I could take.
Okay.
And
then you're off Friday because you're doing Baltimore, right?
Yeah. I'm only in tomorrow and Thursday.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah, it's a weird week for the boys. A sick day. Norton's in L.A. being a TV star.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think what Norton's going to be is a flop. By this time tomorrow, believe me, I'll be crying into my own hands on a plane.
Oh, stop.
You want to explain what's going on with you, bro?
I had auditioned for a series on HBO, and I got a call back, and they liked it a lot, so they flew me out here to test for the network, which is great. I got to go up, in front of all the heads of HBO. It's going to be fucking nerve-wracking.
Wow, that is nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I went in today for a read with Louie and the producer and, the director, and it was really good just to kind of, give me any pointers or tips. And then tomorrow I went for the actual network test, so we'll see how it goes. But I'd definitely love to get this. It's a dirty comedy on HBO, like a sitcom.
Are you saying tomorrow like Tuesday?
Yeah, I know. He goes today.
Oh, yeah,
still,
today. You're right.
It's still,
tonight.
It's still Monday night for you or something?
Yeah, you silly goose. We're way into Tuesday over here on the East Coast.
Well, this is much later than I should be up. I went out and did a spot last night, and, I'm still up.
Where'd you perform?
Just this fucking awful L.A. open mic. Horrible.
LA open mic?
Yeah, I just went on just to get on stage. I saw,
Yeah.
I went over there with Yoshi and, Brandon Iron, the guy who did the Slap Happy films.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the only guys I hang out with. And any guy who can choke a chick with his dick, I want to hang out with him in Los Angeles.
3 perverts.
Brandon scares me because we interviewed him in L.A. and he seemed very, very normal, nice guy. But I've seen him on film, and, I mean, there's a drastic contrast.
Brutal.
Yeah, he really does strike a blow for all of us when he does what he does.
I mean, we talk about the psycho factor in my head.
Yeah.
It's nothing compared to what goes on in his head. I mean,
when he sees a girl's mouth, it's like Bernie Getz seeing someone smashing his CD. He just loses his mind. He can't take it.
Well, I was talking to him tonight, and he said that he had started out like the same as me, like he was an escort freak, like he just loved them, and he finally decided that he was running out of money, so he just started to film it and make cash doing it. That's
wow.
In the business, the fact that he was a pervert and he was going broke.
Now, that's brilliant. Speaking of which, did you see the Fred Durst sex video?
No. His mule was really small, though, from what I saw.
See?
How embarrassing.
Wait, from what you saw or what you heard?
No, I saw a photo.
Oh, you did?
And it looked like he was packing like 5. I'm like, yuck.
Eek.
Well, see, you weren't listening to the show, obviously, but we started by talking about that. And, I was reading while I was sick yesterday, and there's an article where Fred Durst is going to sue for $60 to $80 million over this sex video that was, that someone pretty much stole off his computer or off his phone or whatever.
Right.
And the first thought I had was, small dick.
Yep.
Because why would you sue if you were packing?
Yeah, he really was not packing at all. You can find the picture somewhere, but I was very unimpressed.
Did it have girth at least?
No, it just had nothing.
Oh,
had nothing. It was like the nose of an aardvark fetus.
That's why Britney Spears has denied having sex with Fred Durst. She never knew what was going on.
Yeah, it was gross and small, and he should sue. I wouldn't want that in public either.
What do you usually hear about him? Rumors about Playboy models at the mansion or something that he's banging? You never really see him with any hot starlets or anything.
No, he probably just finds one girl that can keep her mouth shut and sticks with her.
Oh.
I don't think girls like small penises.
Comes old needle dick.
Yeah, no, they don't. They like money.
I love girls that say that they don't mind a small penis as long as he knows how to use it.
Motion of the ocean.
No, I mean,
you know what that means? As long as you know how to use it, as long as he can slap my face with it in a Bentley. That's what that means.
I don't think they want a massive hog, but they want something nice. I'm thinking
there's a line between Fred Durst and Ben somewhere.
Right, exactly. There you go.
I think it's me.
There you go. All right, well, Jimmy.
I know. You're going to let me be. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
Let you be.
You kidding me?
Hey, screw us saying that. You just don't want the HBO people to say that. All right, Jim, we're going to let you be.
But I'm only halfway through, guys.
All right.
Well,
all right, we're going to let you go.
It's been fun. Now, we were also talking, we might as well get your opinion on some of the stuff we've already covered. We were talking about, well, basically, I said I got a new computer recently because we were talking about this computer stuff and people stealing crap off your computer. Usually it's when you're naive and you go to a computer store because something's wrong with your computer, and that's when they find all the evilness on your hard drive.
Porn spills out.
So I got a new computer recently, and I'm not really doing much of anything with my my computer use, but I still made sure I smashed the crap out of it to make it as hard as possible for someone to put the thing back together to see what I had on it.
Right.
And I'm not really like one of these. I could just imagine what's on your hard drive.
Nothing illegal, just a lot of really gross things.
Yeah,
really?
Well, and you probably wouldn't want that to get out there is what I'm saying. Like, what do you do with your old computers?
Well, my one hard drive, I traded my hard drive, and I just took it out, and I'm going to throw it out, but I don't know how to completely destroy it. We're like the same problem you have where no one can ever retrieve what's on it.
Right.
Because there's a couple of pictures of my mule, nothing horrible. That's the first thing I did when I got my digital camera. I just started snapping dick pictures and mailing them to people.
Are you kidding me?
No. I got like 8 pictures of my mule. And there's one really good one, but my fat stomach is in it, so I can't send that one out.
Well, crop the damn thing.
I know. I got to talk to one of these whackbag Photoshop experts. Maybe Cage can help me.
I can imagine that. It's like a scene out of The Sopranos when you have to get rid of a hard drive. You, like, rent a rowboat. And,
take it out.
And cinder blocks and
chains.
Chains.
Yeah. Make sure it sinks and stays there.
Right. Goodbye, hard drive. Splash.
it's nothing awful. Like I don't like kiddie porn or any rape. But it's just it's just embarrassing, filthy things that I've downloaded.
Well, that's what I said to Anthony. I mean, we do this radio show, so you got a lot of the sickos will send you stuff, and there's a lot of stuff I don't even click on anymore because I think I've seen it all. But who knows? So I know if someone had my old computer, they'd find something.
Sure.
You don't know what you're clicking on. We get a lot of listeners sending us stuff, and you're clicking on things. You don't know what that's putting on your computer sometimes. So.
That's so funny that everyone is now paranoid about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how to dispose. That would be a great business.
I think there is a business, but they would probably take it and look what's on it, and
but kind of like
in trouble.
Kind of like Harvey Keitel from Pulp Fiction. The guy,
right.
The guy comes over to take care of your hard drive. Right, the Wolf.
Mr.
Right.
Wolf.
Mr. Wolf.
Now, but there are those programs you can put on where they kind of like paper shred everything by going over it like 6 times or something like that.
I got one of those.
Yeah, but does it really kill it if they want to get it?
Yeah, supposedly it completely takes care of it.
Really?
Because a lot of times when if you just throw something in your wastebasket on your desktop, it's still there in your hard drive, not even affected, just waiting to be written over.
Yeah, if it gets written over by chance, it's gone.
Yeah, but it's still sitting there, and it can be found. So this kind of writes over it many times.
All right, guys. Well, I will be in tomorrow morning with bells on, right off a plane.
He gave us an all right, guys.
Oh, my
God. You're letting us go?
Are we that boring?
No.
Boy.
Oh, boy. We're going to have a bad show now.
I knew it.
I can hear you guys. I can hear you a little bit, but I don't want to. When you can't hear, I don't want to just jump in and step on people.
All right, Jim, we're going to let you go.
I know. Let me be.
So, you have the big audition today?
Yeah, man.
That's pretty cool.
Break a leg.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's at 2 o'clock L.A. time, and I'm going to go right from there to the airport. If that's not symbolic of how it's going to go, nothing is.
No, I think it's going to go great. I think this is it, bro. I think this is the one you've been waiting for.
Nah, it's just a nice thing to do. I mean, to test in front of the network is nerve-wracking, so I'm getting my first one of those out of the way.
By the way, because I know there's going to be speculation all over the place, we're not losing Jim Norton as far as the radio show goes.
Absolutely not.
We're going to figure. I mean, whatever. He has to get through the audition and all that, and we'll figure it out from there. But
no, I'm not going anywhere.
But we fully support Jimmy, and we're very excited for him. This is a very good opportunity that came along. So
you'll be back on the show tomorrow, Jimmy?
Yeah. My plane. I think my plane lands at like 6 something. I wish I could get an earlier one, but I can't. That's the first one I can grab is 9:55 p.m.
Yeah, so you come right to the station. Right?
Now I can't hear you at all. You turned it down, didn't you?
I swear to God, it did not.
No.
Like I said, though, I'm going to introduce myself to whoever runs this channel, and hopefully we'll start getting things done.
Yeah, get that stuff fixed.
How do you do?
Or I'm just going to take myself off the air, and I'll just freaking run the channel. I don't...
What was wrong with Ant's microphone? It just wasn't working?
Huh?
Yeah, it's still just sitting there next to me, just useless.
Yeah, and no one knows why it wasn't working this morning, and, whatever. But we bitch too much,
Yeah.
Well, no, you shouldn't bitch. What you should just do is have one person talking and the other person trying to talk into a dead microphone, and then when they wonder what's happening, you can explain that the microphone is shitty.
Yeah, there you go. But then we'd be complaining.
No more complaining now.
No more. All right, thanks, Jimmy.
All right, guys, good talking to you.
Good luck to you. We'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Thanks, man.
All right.
Bye.
There he goes.
Cool. I didn't know he was calling us today.
I saw Jim online last night on Whackbag, just laying into somebody. He makes such an effort. Like, I'll read Whackbag, and if somebody's bashing the show or something, I'll comment, but I'll try to keep it a little humorous and entertaining for the rest of the people on the message board.
Right.
Jimmy just attacks, and it's ruthless, and he's calling the guy's mother a cunt and things like that. Like, he's just personally brutal to people.
I got to be honest. I'm looking forward to new message boards popping up, because I think what happens with some of these older message boards, and they support the show, and they... and I obviously appreciate that. But what happens with these message boards eventually, they're hardcore fans, and they don't want to talk about what's good about the show. We can have a show we know, as radio guys. We know when we suck. You don't have to tell us. We know. We go home and beat ourselves up. We start beating ourselves up as soon as the show's over. Right. We know that. But what's interesting is we can have a show where 3 hours and 50 minutes just killed. It was just like we're in the zone, hitting every jump shot, slam dunking. and then we miss a few free throws. There's like a 10-minute segment that just flat out blew.
Yeah.
Because to do this every day, 4 hours of original programming, it's almost impossible.
Mhm.
It's almost impossible. But the problem with a lot of these message boards, they'll take that 10 minutes.
Yep.
And they go,
tear it apart.
and just rip it apart, and
Yeah.
just completely ignore all the good stuff about that particular show.
That's what you're gonna get, though.
Yeah.
I don't mind Whackbag. They keep things nice and clean over there and tight. And there's just a couple of people that are real douchebags that insist on picking everything apart. And then you lay into them a few times. You make photoshops. You have a little fun with them. But for the most part, they're pretty cool over there.
And then it's frustrating that people out there have no idea what everyone's roles are on the show.
Oh, I know. Well,
and then they try to do a divide and conquer.
Yeah,
and,
that works.
And it's like, you guys just don't understand what it takes to put a radio show together.
Some guy last night, and this is what Jimmy laid into, didn't like Jimmy's bit that he does with my friend of mine.
That is one of the most unique bits I've heard.
It's funny.
Excuse me, have heard on radio in years.
But now to argue whether it's good or not, it's all subjective. Somebody likes it, other people won't. That's fine. But this guy then starts saying to the effect of, it's not the type of stuff Opie and Anthony want on their show. So he's speaking for us, Opie. This tool is on there saying he knows what we want for our show, and Jimmy, that ain't it.
It's almost like we have no control over it.
Right. And Jim laid into this guy, and I was and I was on there, and then I'm like, why bother? Screw it. I'll get back to poker.
Yeah.
Which I played yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Poker. Probably 15 straight hours yesterday where I'm watching TV at the same time, but then, just leaning over, playing a little, and my eyes are fucking killing me today. I have computer hangover. I'm looking at the screen here today, and I feel like a pain behind my eyeballs.
It's kind of funny you just said that because my mom has OCD really bad. And
You're a chip off the old block.
I thought I skated it, but it's getting worse as I get older. And this stupid trio that I'm holding, that's why you're hearing the buzz. I cannot stop playing. You guys are going to laugh at me. Solitaire.
You play solitaire?
Solitaire is... There's no skill to solitaire at all. But I have to... If I pick up this trio...
Yeah.
And I play one game of solitaire... Dude, if I played one game of solitaire right now on the air...
You wouldn't be able to stop.
I would not be able to stop.
You're a lunatic.
I swear to God. Or I would just, put my trio to the side, and I would just keep looking at it, knowing I have to play.
I gotta play solitaire.
Have to play until I beat the game. Sometimes that'll take an hour, but the last time, it took 5 hours.
You played trio solitaire 5 hours.
5 straight hours. I have to play until I win.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Someone has got to take this trio, I'm not even lying, and get the solitaire out of this, because I don't know how.
No.
Because I cannot be tempted anymore. It is wasting my life. Dude, 5 hours. If it's Grand Theft Auto or Tiger Woods Golf, something like that, who cares? Yeah, 5 hours, it's a lot of fun. But it's just mindless stupidity, and I cannot stop.
Yeah.
I cannot stop myself.
That's some kind of mental problem.
Huh?
That's some kind of mental problem.
It's something that just keeps clicking in my brain over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again.
At least I'm playing for money.
No, I understand. I understand that it's a definite problem. I finally realized that yesterday, and then I was staring at this. I was in the biggest losing streak since I started this ridiculous thing, since we got this trio, and just like you just said, I was looking at this little screen for so long. I actually looked back up at the TV, and then my clock that's near the TV, I couldn't see what time it was.
Yep.
My eyes I could not focus. It hurt.
You get a computer screen hangover.
And then it's not even fun when I do beat the damn thing. I get no enjoyment out of it.
No satisfaction?
No! I just want to start over again.
Boy, if that isn't an addiction.
It is an addiction. It's bad. It's real bad. At least if it was a cool game on this.
Yeah.
It's solitaire.
You have a computer at home. You could be playing some cool stuff.
I understand.
Solitaire.
But it's just mindless, like, oh, the jack goes under the queen. Oh, the 10 is over here. Move the king over here.
No skill.
Put the 2 back up over the ace. Over and over again. Then I go out eating in my neighborhood, and it's portable. So at least if it was like on my computer, I could walk away from the computer. But it's so handy. Look, I just throw it in my back pocket, and now my solitaire addiction's with me wherever I go. Wherever I go.
Well, if it makes that sound on the mic, you won't have to worry about it because I will smash.
All right. I'm not even kidding. Like someone has to get the solitaire out of this trio today. Today.
Some guy has the same problem with the Yahtzee on the phone.
Really?
Yeah. If I get the high score, I have to beat it. Yeah.
Well, know what was even worse? I got over this addiction.
What?
My old phone. The only way I got over this addiction was my old phone had that snake.
Oh, dude, on the turlet? When you're on the bowl and you got the phone with snake on it, you're just sitting there. Snake's coming out of your ass. You're playing with one on the phone. Sure.
Well, the Yahtzee guy reminded me. That was the addiction, and I got over that because I got a new phone that didn't have snake. Simple.
Yeah.
I didn't have to search out snake at that point. It wasn't around. That's why I know if I get the solitaire off the trio, I'll be fine. Dude, I played snake so much that I thought my hands were arthritic.
What a lame game that
because
is.
it's on the tiny phone, and I always had to play until I got the high score.
Oh, I boxed myself in.
Right, and every time I got the high score, that got higher and higher and higher. It was harder to get, to beat that.
Of course.
So then the length of the game would go from, just minutes to hours on end. Hours on end on my stupid tiny phone instead of enjoying, enjoying the outside or something.
I need graphics-intensive games.
It's the simplest games that do it to me. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. Spider Solitaire. Someone was telling me about that the other day. Silver Smith, what's up?
Yo, have you played Spider Solitaire before?
Oh my God, should I take this phone call?
Hello?
I don't know if I should listen.
Why?
Because I know I could get over the solitaire addiction. What is Spider Solitaire?
Spider Solitaire is just a different version. It's on Windows XP. I don't know. As soon as I started playing Spider Solitaire, I get addicted. I play that thing for like 12, 13 hours.
But explain what
you play it, and you have to play it while Joe Pesci's shooting you in the foot.
Hey, Spidey!
You stuttering prick, you.
Yeah. I thought you said Spider. I thought you didn't need a drink.
What's the difference between Solitaire and Spider Solitaire?
The difference between Spider Solitaire and regular Solitaire is that oh, damn.
Go ahead, hang in there. Let's go.
All right, I'm just saying the difference with the Spider Solitaire is that you got to line up all the cards from king to ace all the way in perfect suit, and it goes away, basically. All right, I suck. Watching out.
Yes, you
Thank
did.
God your explanation stunk.
That's a great explanation.
I will not be searching out Spider Solitaire after that explanation. All right, why don't we take our first break, Anthony?
I thought you said you were okay, Spider.
All right, we got lots to do today. We got a lot of catching up to do. We got these are brand new Ramon promos.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
more Ramon
from the listeners.
From the listeners.
Oh, those are always so nice. Not creepy at all.
Also, we got Laughing and Queefing. I have no idea what that is. I'll have to ask Steve.
Is that a new show on Fox?
And then Diary of a Dead Dog.
Oh, is this from... Man, what a reaction that tape got. That clip we played, that Diary of a Fetus.
They're saying best bit since we've been on XM.
I listened to the replay, and, I was here when we were playing it, and I was laughing, listening to the replay. Man, that is brutal.
Yeah.
The day Mommy killed me.
You know what they liked about that? That just came out of nowhere. We didn't do the big setup. We just went into it. And I
had never heard it.
I heard the first part of it. I knew it would be, we'd have some fun with that. But, a lot of the things we do, we'll preview maybe the first few seconds of stuff, go, okay, we can work with this.
Yeah.
I had no idea, like everyone else in the studio.
I never heard it. Jimmy never heard it.
Yeah, that it was going to end with, today my mommy killed me. I had
I
had no idea that it got that good at the end, so.
What a keeper.
So I guess someone is playing off that, and they sent in Diary of a Dead Dog. By the way, Diary of an Unborn Child, I want that up on the websites.
Yeah, should, definitely.
That's because there's a lot of people that don't have XM out there. A lot of your friends, you could go, hey, You don't have XM yet. Well, listen to what they did. This is, this is top shelf stuff. Top shelf.
Top shelf.
Oh, Tetris. Don't even get me started with Tetris. Don't even get me started with Tetris.
That was a good one.
That was another one that hours upon hours. I mean, you talk about EverQuest and all that.
Yeah.
You know, how you spent, days on
hours,
end.
days, weeks.
It's solitaire for me. It's the stupidest game.
Minesweeper was another one that was like...
Yeah, I never got into that one as much, thank God.
Played the Minesweeper.
Most offensive song by Tom.
Most offensive song?
What is that?
We haven't even started that contest yet.
All right, a listener sent that in. And there's a lot of... I'm trying to think. Well, there's a lot of news. And then there's... okay, I'm just looking around. Oh, yeah. All right, and then people are sending in their tribute bands already.
Mm-hmm.
We have what today? We have a Judas Priest tribute band.
What are they called?
I don't know.
It's always something to do with the band name or one of their songs or album titles.
We have a Foo Fighters tribute band.
Ooh.
And a Iron Maiden tribute band.
Ah.
And I think, this is very brave. A Led Zeppelin tribute band? Are you insane?
That is brave.
Are you insane to try to be a Led Zeppelin tribute band? Oh, God. Someone wants to explain Spider.
Oh,
no. Don't do this to me. Trisha.
Hey.
You see? Hold on. You see the addiction? It's right here.
Yeah.
Because now I need to know. Go ahead, Trisha.
Okay, the Spider Solitaire, it's 4 decks of cards. And what you do is you put them in line from king downward to ace. King, queen, whatever. And it spreads out. There's it's either 4 or 8 decks of cards. And as you put them all in order, they disappear. Did you say something?
No. We're listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so as you put them all in order, and it takes 10 minutes just to put one in order. So it ends up taking you hours. I worked at a sheriff's department, and I would sit there and just play this game for 8 hours on end, trying to beat the game. And you get good at it to where you can beat the game like every other hand.
I never understand card rules. I'm one of those people that I can play, and if it's being played long enough, I'll pick it up. But whenever anyone has explained rules to card games to me, I am retarded. Things like gin, rummy, things like that.
Yeah.
People have tried over and over to teach me these games, and I'm like, what? And then you take this, and this is the trump card, and then this. And I'm like, what? What the? I have no idea. I'm retarded. I had no clue what she was just talking about with Spider Solitaire.
All right. Just to give you guys an idea how bad this is, okay? It keeps track of your stats.
Oh, it does.
All right. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I only started this maybe a month ago. Maybe, okay? I think it's been less. I have won 22 times playing solitaire on my trio.
Ooh.
I have lost. Are you ready for this?
All right.
It's solitaire, you asses.
Solitaire.
1,458 times.
Are you kidding me?
1,458 times I've lost.
You've played that.
So I played this a total of just about 1,500 games.
Ooh, what's up there?
What?
I don't know. I saw something on the screen. What was that?
What? Don't do it, dude. The show will be over. You have no idea.
Stupid Eric. He's popping solitaire up on his computer screen.
Best winning streak, Anthony? 2 games in a row.
2 in a row. You must have felt like king.
Here it is. And this is, remember I explained, I have to play until I win?
Yeah.
My worst losing streak? 349 games in a row.
No.
Who just yelled, "Oh my God"?
Oh my God, from the other room. Dude,
349 straight games until I won. Just in case you guys thought I was joking about this.
How many games total? How many games total?
Just under 1,500.
1,500. How long does each game take, would you say?
So,
average.
I guess you get through a game in a minute.
Really?
More or less.
A minute.
Yeah, because then I start playing. Because then I'm so obsessed with just winning, I'll just play speed rounds, as fast as I can instead of really focusing. Because then you're missing obvious moves. You know what I mean? Speed rounds. But there was one time, because it keeps track, worst losing streak, 349 games, and I know I never put this down until I finally win.
Right.
So 349 games.
You have to win before you put it down.
Yes. Yes.
You're crazy.
I know.
You're completely insane.
I know. I have lost 99% of the time.
Wow, you're really bad at it, too. Yeah, it feels, but you suck at solitaire.
I know. I think there's a move I'm not thinking of.
Mm.
Maybe I should read the rules. Anyway, all right, why don't we take a break? Prison solitaire, don't get me started. Knows how to make a dick bigger. All right, we'll take one more call.
Yeah, that's an important one.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how are you? How does one make a...
Shit, I got my radio on in the other room. I can't hear you.
What an ass.
You dick.
What a tool.
It's okay. I'm cool. I'm in the bathroom. I'm all by myself naked.
No,
All
we don't want to know that. But what do you have for the show today?
I'm curious. You're talking about, what's his face is a little Twinkie and all that. What if, let's say, hypothetically, that you had a small penis? What could you actually do to make it bigger?
I've never had that problem, so I have no idea.
I don't care if you ever had that problem.
Wait, you got a small dick?
Well, if I push real hard on the ruler, I'm sporting at least a 6.5.
Push hard on the ruler?
You have to push way down?
6.5 is average.
Yeah, I guess
Wait a minute.
So
I heard that 6 was average, but
Yeah,
that's pushing hard on the ruler.
Well, you're pushing hard on the ruler right now?
What are you measuring from your asshole?
You're a dick, but I love you anyway. No, it's just a second, let me turn this noise off in the background.
Dude, we don't need you. I don't care. Why are you measuring your dick on the show?
I'm not measuring my dick on my show. I'm not naked. I'm fully clothed. I was being hypothetical, humorous. Look,
it wasn't working.
I got a buddy who says he has one of those dick pumps,
right?
And he says it works really well, but I've also heard that it doesn't work good.
Honestly, I have no idea how to make your dick bigger. I was reading the newspaper, I think over the weekend, and they have these blind boxes about celebrities and stuff in one of the papers, and they're talking about some guy who's recuperating at home because, his dick enlargement surgery went bad.
Oh!
Have you heard about this? Do you know that you could actually pull more dick out of you?
Yeah, they cut that tendon. That if you feel your pubic bone and your right where it meets your schween when you have an erection, you'll feel like a tendon there, and they cut the tendon.
And then they can pull more out like a vacuum cord.
And your schlong kind of falls out of your abdomen a little, your lower abdomen a little more.
I hear you could gain, I don't know, an inch or two.
But now your boners won't stick up. They'll kind of just hang and stick straight out a little bit, and it really only increases the size of the flaccid. It doesn't really help as far as...
How do you know a little bit about everything?
I read, something? I read about...
I consider myself a pretty intelligent guy, but
anything
you amaze me on a daily basis.
Transom.
Every day you have a little knowledge on something.
I think I am in front of a computer reading, wherever my travels take me, all day long. It's one of those things where I'll be reading about car engines, and somehow I'll end up learning something about making your schlong longer. Yeah. I don't know how I got there. There's some kind of progression that takes you there, but yeah, and I must say the computer has really helped me and educated me over the years.
If someone could take the solitaire off my trio,
maybe
I too could learn about how to make my dick longer.
Yeah.
But I've heard they do pull it out a little bit.
The vacuum hose is a good analogy.
All right.
Here you go.
All right, why don't we take our first break?
Yeah, I got this delicious sandwich next to me. I haven't been able to take a bite. Jimmy's not here for me to, relax a little bit while he talks so I could eat. So I'm going to starve today. This is going to be a 4-hour tuna sandwich I'm going to eat.
I have no idea what we're going to do next. There's a lot of stuff we got to organize here. And then we got Chuck Vincent coming in. Vincent from Last Comic Standing. He was one of the producers, and he has video that he took of Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson video. I wonder what this is about.
You know when Michael Jackson jumped on the SUV or whatever, and made...
Doing his dance moves?
Yeah. When this whole thing started out there in California, Chuck was the cameraman for that, hired by Michael Jackson or something.
Michael. Yeah,
and then he's got I guess Steve has seen the footage. Maybe we'll get Steve in after the break, but supposedly, do you know, Ben?
I saw a brief moment or two of the footage. Steve saw a lot of it, but he's in a hotel room with Michael, and
really,
Michael's talking about Las Vegas and how he created the whole family environment, and it was all his idea to bring in the children to Vegas. He's out of his mind, and he's whiter than all of us.
Are we allowed to play some of that audio on the show?
I don't know that.
You
Steve
don't
would
know.
know. Steve was the one. I was busy. Steve watched all the video with him. So.
Well, we'll see what Chuck has today. I don't know. I don't know if he has anything that is...
We'll check it out.
Yeah, but we'll check it out. All right, why don't we hit that button, Derek, and we'll continue.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen virus.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
You tell us.
Hey, man.
What's going on, Sweet Cheeks?
Welcome to the program, Vic.
Thanks, honey. Hey, I was just calling because, speaking of tribute bands, I don't know if you guys knew or not, but I think it was 2000, New Year's or Christmas, Great White actually did a tribute to Led Zeppelin called Great Zeppelin. And if you ever get a chance, I've got the stuff. I can send it to you if you want, but if you can find it, he is, I mean, if you didn't know, you'd think it was Led Zeppelin. I mean,
He's got that voice.
Well, we're going to go into our Gillette and see if we can get a taste of Great White doing Zeppelin. Great White also did a tribute to Jimi Hendrix.
Yes, not to mention a fine one to the Towering Inferno.
Oh, that's awful.
All right, here's Great White doing a little Zeppelin, a little taste.
Better than Robert Plant ever could sing this song, by the way.
You heard this version?
Plant's live voice blows. Yeah, this guy does a great job.
Baby, I'm gonna leave you.
Hits every note.
I said, baby.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program after a little sick day yesterday. I think I made everyone happy for once yesterday.
What's that?
It's like kind of when you were younger and all of a sudden people
Snow day?
Yeah, people on the West Coast or in the warm climates can't relate to this, but every once in a while as a kid, you wake up and see the snow falling.
Yeah.
And you find out that, school has been canceled. It's just a great day for everybody, right?
That's what it felt like.
And then, Sunday, everyone getting the call, 4 or 5, saying that no show Monday. I mean, you have to be jumping up and down at home.
Oh, I was. It was huge. No Washington, no work the next day. No, able to just hang out. Kind of cool.
I have a confession to make, Anthony.
Oh.
My ass is starting to get violated.
Look,
one time
a confession.
Look, one time I understand. It happens to everybody. But this is becoming ridiculous. Effing ridiculous.
Well, I know what you're talking about a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I like teasing it like that, so, maybe a few of our listeners just drove off the road going, what the fuck is going on with that idiot?
You got the finger.
Got the finger.
The gloved finger of the doctor.
And I got it again.
What?
So now I'm starting to think there's something going on with the doctor.
It was the same doctor?
I'm starting to think.
Wait a minute. If it's the same doctor, can't he remember what he was feeling around for last time?
Well,
Why did he need another?
Let me back up. So,
back up into the doctor's finger. That's what you've been doing.
Moon River. Remember I had the problem with the crapping and all that.
How can we forget?
So I went to the doctor for that, and that's when I got the initial, hey, I'm not a virgin anymore. Hey now.
Yeah, there it is.
So, and then I set up my physical because it's been a while.
Uh-huh.
So my physical was Friday, even though I was in the middle of a respiratory infection, strep throat, and also a heavy cold coming on. So I go back to Long Island to go to my doctor's office, get my physical, and he was very happy with everything besides, my stupid illness that I had. And then I'm getting up. He gives me all sorts of meds for this and that, for stupid stuff, and all of a sudden he goes, one more thing, and I'm thinking...
Oh, not one more thing.
But that's what he said last time, and I'm thinking, well, what could he possibly want this time?
You did this already.
No, 'cause I didn't know at that point. He goes, well, I already had my pants dropped because I had to do the famous cough thing. And I don't know why they make you turn to the left. What is that about?
I think that's plain and simple so you don't cough in his face. Or
Oh, really?
in his general direction. I don't think it has anything to do with what he's feeling for.
Oh, I always thought it was because he doesn't want you seeing that he's actually enjoying the process. That's what I always thought as a kid.
Really?
They, make sure there's no eye contact whatsoever because it's such an awkward situation. Guy drops his pants, has to turn to the left. The doctor, has 2 fingers, and then you cough to make sure you don't have a hernia or something?
He takes
that old
2
gag?
fingers and puts them under your ball bag.
Right.
And then you cough.
Right.
And somehow he's feeling if something is, pulling wrong or something. But you're turning the head, and I think that's just so you're not coughing in the doctor's face.
I got to tell you.
In his general direction.
Very early on, I was very suspicious of that whole thing.
Yeah.
In school, grammar school, whenever it starts.
That was the worst. Do they still do that in school?
That is the worst because puberty hasn't hit yet. Usually it's a nurse.
Really?
Yeah, I think in
guy doctor.
I think in my school, maybe they did. I don't know now. Whatever. It's just
a guy doctor sitting there with lines of young hairless boys stepping up to him so he could touch their sack. What an amusement park that is for a pedo.
See, and I'm convinced that gynecologists go into it because hey, they're somewhere down in their psyche they're pervs.
Right.
I'm convinced of that. And you could call and say, yeah, dude, you don't understand what we have to look at every day. No, man. You're looking at all the old ladies and the messes hoping for that 17, 16-year-old coming in for her first visit.
One.
Who are you kidding?
I've never done this before.
Yeah. All the medicine you could practice, you choose vag medicine. Stop.
Yeah, why you want to help people? A lot of people have bad feet.
Right.
Why don't you become a foot doctor?
Oh, well, the foot doctor thing is that's obvious, too.
You think that's a fetish?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who else?
Without a doubt.
Who else
You're
would
going
want
through
to deal
medical
with that?
school, and they finally go, so, decide what kind of medicine you choose.
The foot.
We all are we're all perverts and sexual deviants deep down in our psyche, and even though it's your profession, you're thinking, well, I'm going to make a living as a doctor, and I just happen to have this foot fetish thing happening.
So I could cover.
So
up
I'm
both of those angles.
I'm gonna be a podiatrist.
What explains the proctologist, the asshole doctor?
That's
what the hell? Who goes into that? Going, yeah, proctology. That's where I want to go.
Right.
Because damn well, like, I don't know, any other doctor, you could pretty much make the same amount of money as the ass doctor.
Right.
So you're not into it. You're not getting into that specialty just for money.
Anthony, we all have dreams growing up.
Yeah.
You're going through school. What do you want to be? I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with choosing what kind of medicine you want to, practice.
Yeah.
So if you're choosing ass or foot or vag,
yeah,
that was your first choice.
It's because it's your fetish.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to
I'm a horn
school.
dog. I'm this is not Opie talking, by the way, because I know how you assholes make promos. I'm a horn dog. I'm bisexual. I'll be an ass doctor.
Right.
Covers all bases.
Certainly does.
I make money. I could use my my degree
and
look at
man ass all day long.
And look at man ass all day. You tell me it's different than that.
It can't be, because anybody going to medical school can go, look, I want to make a lot of money. I'm going to be a brain surgeon. I'm going to be a heart doctor. I'm going to specialize in the lungs or
Right.
the nervous system
Right.
or something, anything.
Right.
But, I'm going to medical school. I want ass all day long.
You think plastic surgeons aren't horn dogs, knowing that they're going to
Boobs.
You look at boobs all day?
Uh-huh.
If you're, excuse me, a regular family doctor or a cardiologist or some kind of specialist, yes. But as soon as you start saying, no, I want to look at vag all day, I want to look at assholes all day, I want to look at feet all day.
You chose this.
You chose that, and it goes back to something that's going on with you sexually, without a doubt.
Uh-huh.
Guaranteed.
That's true. I believe that. I believe that anyone in that field, gynecology, proctology, you have to be some kind of perv that's into that kind of thing. So when you go there and think it's all professional and this doctor's a professional, I know it's a little awkward.
I'll throw that on the table. Do they, look at their jobs in a professional manner? Of course.
Yeah.
Most of them, definitely.
Yep.
But there's a part way back in their head that doesn't come out. That you'll never know, but they're looking at you like, wow, look at that.
So do you think that like a gyno is sitting there and he looks out into his waiting room and he sees like some old bag, she's in there, and that doesn't do anything to him. That is pretty much, and I'm just talking generally here, that's pretty much like his work. That's what he goes to work to do.
Right.
But then if he looks out in that waiting room and sees the teen girl who's in there for her first exam, he's got to go, this is why I picked gynecology.
Our profession is so close to being a gynecologist, it's not even funny. Let me explain. On a daily basis, do we not look outside that studio door wondering what's around?
Of course. If we have girls that are coming in, and they're expected to come in that day to do something, we're looking around, and then when they arrive, we go, how do they look? Are they good? And when they're not hot, it's like, oh, well.
Now, we're professionals. We'll make every girl, sound like she's the hottest piece of ass ever.
They'll come in here and do what they were supposed to do. We won't chase them away,
Hence,
for the most part.
Sometimes the photo's not making it up on the website.
There you go. Sometimes the video, maybe Steve didn't have enough time to get it up there. Yeah, that's it.
That's how good we are.
And sometimes it's on before the segment's even over.
That's right. But the reality is, we'll have to go through some messes, understanding that every once in a while there's some young, gorgeous piece of ass that just decides she needs to be naked in front of us.
There's a gold nugget rolling itself in here sometimes.
Just like the gynecologist.
Just like the gynecologist. It has to be. You're right.
That waiting room filled with 3 or 4 ladies with, pussy cancer.
Oh, God. Could you not use the clinical jargon here, Opie?
And
I'm sorry, Mrs. Johnson. You have pussy cancer.
And one mom with her young daughter sitting there.
Just to get her first pap smear.
All nervous, fidgety, looking like Britney Spears. Who are you kidding?
Let me warm this speculum up for you.
And you don't think the doctor organizes a little bit? Let me think.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll look at old pussy cancer for the first couple hours, and just before lunch, I'll take the Britney Spears look-alike, and then go to lunch.
The segment when he's got a lot of time. That he can spend a lot of time in there.
Fuck yeah.
So, are you sexually active? Right. He gets to ask other questions. Okay, I'm going to do a breast exam on you now, too.
Right.
He gets to feel her up.
And then, of course, he's like, don't be nervous. And, he's all professional. But inside, he's like, oh, my God, look at those tits!
Look at her. And he's got to talk to her a little at first. And then he gets to that point where he's got to be professional and go, okay, disrobe.
Right.
He's just shaking.
At that point, he looks and then turns just so he could go, oh, my God.
Oh, my God, I can't believe this is why I'm in this line of work.
And then he turns around and gets whatever he does to
the speculum. He takes the speculum.
But as he's turning his back, he's in his head going, oh, my God, keep calm, keep calm, keep calm. Breathe. All right, turn back around.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do here.
Oh, my goodness.
But the same is true with the feet and the assholes.
But the bad part is that, the rest of his day is spent looking at London broil with an afro.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
You think they enjoy that, too?
I bet the odds are much better than you think. I bet you the odds are pretty good.
I don't know. I think most of the day sucks for the gyno, and occasionally there's the gold nugget. But I think most of the day there's probably women that are really out of shape that have problems down there. That's why they're there. It's not this is my first exam. I hope it's easier for you to examine. I shave it all off so it's easier for you.
I'm really nervous.
Oh. Are you sexually active? Once.
Right.
But just a blowjob.
I hope it doesn't hurt because you can barely slide a credit card through it.
That's like his gold nugget day. But for the most part, it's, hi, Doc, I'm back. It hasn't gone away. Oh, all right, get on the wax paper.
I guess today's not the day that I get to see the hot piece of ass.
Who's coming in? Oh, it's Two Glove Sarah. We call her that because I have to snap on 2 gloves.
Oh, yeah, they know her around.
Dude, I think there's a whole, sexual perverted thing going on, and I'm convinced.
Where even the bad ones are good?
Well, here's the other side of it. I'm convinced of this, too. I think there's women that get so turned on by going to their gynecologist, whether it's a woman or a man, that they're making visits and appointments they probably don't really need. And they get completely turned on sitting there as a doctor's examining them. Oh, without a doubt.
Anytime I've heard a gaggle of girls yapping about it, they always talk about how it's very uncomfortable.
I'm not talking about the average girl.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
a lot of some girls enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm talking about it's probably a very, very small percentage. But I think the doctor even knows. But what is he going to do? It's money. He's doing his job, but he probably knows the lady's sitting there. Can you take a look at this?
Doc,
I think there's a problem.
Could you spread the stirrups wider apart?
Right.
And really get a good look up there? Ooh.
I think you might need to get closer. No, it's back and to the left, right? Yeah, right about there.
That works because it's all chicks coming in. All women. But now the proctologist. What if you're into chicks' asses? That sounds good because the chicks are coming in and having their ass checked out. Although, unlike a gyno where girls that are perfectly healthy go in to make sure they're okay, the ass doctor, I don't think a lot of young girls are going in there just to say, take a look, is my ass okay?
No, I'm telling you, when the hot young girl goes into the ass doctor, the ass doctor in general is going, ew.
What do you mean? Doesn't dig it?
Nah.
You think all ass doctors are there for the guys?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a bold statement.
Yeah.
All proctologists are gay, and that's why they got into it, to look at man ass. When girls come in,
they're probably
it's awful.
Ugh. And the girl's all nervous, and the girl has nothing to worry about. That doctor doesn't want to see your brown eye.
He's just in a hairy man ass.
Yeah.
Wow. You are really going out on a ledge here.
I've thought about this many, many times.
Just for guys.
In between games of solitaire.
Because I'm thinking if the guy is into chicks' bungs, he's into the bunghole of chicks, you get into that line of work. But then, you're not saying that one guy that is into girls' ass became a proctologist and then has to deal with man ass all day just to get that occasional good one.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It's so simple. Ass doctors have to look at both guys and girls.
Right.
Gynos, all vag.
All chick.
All vag. So just think about your life. You want to be an ass doctor.
Yeah. But I'm saying
you're not doing it to look at girls' asses. Because you know you're going to have to look at guys' asses.
That's true, but what if you're so hung up on girls' bungholes?
No way.
That's like, now right there you get to...
No way.
No.
No, that's...
Yeah, the bad definitely outweighs the good.
That's what I'm saying. So if the bad outweighs the good, you got to think he's more into, guy's ass.
And a gay guy isn't going to be as grossed out as a girl's ass as a straight guy would be.
Straight guy looking at a guy's ass?
All day long.
Oh,
all
God.
Day long.
Good God.
Yeah, that's awful.
Let's go to Karen in New Jersey. I didn't even get to the end of my story here. Karen, what's up?
Figure that.
Hey.
Yes, Karen.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's up,
Very
Karen?
Good.
Listen, I was calling to tell you I worked in a gynecologist's office, and it's nothing but old ladies. Occasionally, maybe once a day, you'll get an attractive woman in there.
That's what he's gunning
for. Old ladies, all day long.
That's what he's gunning for, though. You think the used car salesman is seeing one young snatch a day?
I have no idea. All I know is this old, dirty, nasty women, and they do anal exams too.
Really?
It's not just all badge.
Right. All right. Thank you, Karen.
No problem.
I still go with my theory, though, because every other guy out there that has a normal job doesn't get to see one young vag a day.
That's true.
If you could get a job tomorrow that says you get to see one young vag a day,
Yeah.
and they don't tell you anything else that's going to happen with your job, you're signing up.
You take it.
You're taking
And then you
it.
got to take the bad with the good, which is, the old bags that come in that need
But
the
you
exam.
still go home every day knowing you saw one new young vag a day.
Think how
that
much
adds
new,
up.
Think how much new spanking material you would have on a daily basis as a gyno. When she walks in, you're seeing her laid out, you click that in your little brain Kodak, and you could use that till the next one comes in. So, yeah, I guess that's a pretty good gig, even through the bad ones. We have an ass doctor nurse. I'd like to ask her if our doctor she works for is a gay man.
Right.
As per Opie's theory.
Lynn on Long Island, what's up?
Hey, guys, I spoke to you guys last week, remember? On my way to the ass doctor to go put some cameras up some butt.
Oh, right. You're Lynn, the ass doctor nurse.
Yes, I am.
Now, Lynn, is your doctor, would you consider him a gay man?
Well, I'll tell you, I work for a group. One of them is a closet fag, my friend.
Wow. Ass doctor, closet gay.
Yeah. But he's very metrosexual.
And he's probably a professional, but I don't see it any other way. I just don't.
There's too
There
much
was
man
someone
ass.
married with children.
What's that?
He's married with children or something?
He is?
Hello?
Oh, she gone?
Yeah.
We lost her cell signal.
Let me go to Fuxicle. Jesus. Buddy, what's up?
What's up?
Hey,
man.
What's happening?
We're talking to you. Let's go.
What do you want to know, man? I got tons of stories about dirty vag.
Well, you called the show. What do you got to add?
Something about dirty boxes. You guys are talking about vag, so, my dad comes home and he'll talk about dirty pussy all day long, and how some girls you could throw a fucking wrench through a garage door.
And, of course, he tells us in front of your mom, right?
Of course.
Yeah, he wants to calm her down. It's all about calming her down. Of course he's going to come home and talk about all the horrible snatch he saw all day. Has he ever talked about the young 16, 15-year-old coming in for her first exam?
Yes, he has.
In front of your mom?
Yes, he has. She's a nurse.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a little different, I guess.
It's not different at all.
But he talks about it like, there was some skank coming in today?
No, it's, hey, Bill, pass the potatoes. You should have seen this box I saw today.
Does he say box?
Yeah, box, everything.
That's great. You're just a box walking into his office.
That's classic.
Sweaty, boxy vag with junk hanging out of it. You have to go down to the clinics every month and deal with the welfare bitches and their fucking nasty-ass gangrenous vaginas hanging out.
Yeah.
And then he gets the hot, 16-year-old girl who comes in, not a hair anywhere. And, he talks about the dinner table and then back to the dirty boxes again.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
It must be fun to eat tacos at dinner at your house.
Oh, the bearded clam is plentiful.
Does he just open up? Does he put a speculum in the clam and to shuck it? Your perverted father.
All right, thank you.
Box. That's funny. You should have seen this box. Could you pass the gravy? You should have seen this box that came in today. Box.
All right, we got a song that is perfect for this segment. We got to catch up a little bit, so take a listen to this, and we'll be back.
There's no words. It's just this over and over. I'm a rich and famous doctor. Always knew I'd be an expert in the field of gynecology. Next on my agenda, checking your pudenda. Let me see what I can find. If you get your nerve up, sip inside the stirrup. Single thought will cross my mind. I love putting women's minds at rest. I love pushing myself to be the best. Dr. Stevens in. Oh. I thought they'd dump out of that. magic fingers, the doctor of the year. There's not a lip that I can't read, a pap that I can't smear. When your legs are open, I begin the groping, but I fear I must be blunt. I would just as soon not go near your balloon. I think that I'll stick to your front. Pulls the fade out.
The fade.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owen-Day virus.
Day by day, it's hard to see the changes you've been through. A little bit of living, a little bit of growing, all adds up to you.
When Dad tries to touch you.
A girl's a woman too. And if you want to reach your destiny, here's what you've got to do.
Dad has AIDS, you know. Dad has AIDS.
Oh, it's time to change your last name because you're embarrassed. Time to change your
melanoma,
Open sores on my face. Sitting in court with $10 my lawyer. Marches in my name.
In the jumper. When it's time to change your diaper because you don't have control of your faculties.
Sha-na-na-na-na-na, make a quilt. Sha-na-na-na-na-na.
Autumn turns to winter, you'll be dead by spring.
Easier to bury you in summer because the ground isn't frozen. Oh, it's time to change.
You're the worst at rhyming.
I wasn't supposed to rhyme.
I know.
Time to change that coffin order for a skinnier one.
Got to rearrange those flowers. No more tulips, because that's what got him in trouble. It's time to rearrange.
That's horrible. Horribly funny.
Sha-na-na, ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho. Ho-ho-ho-ho-ho.
Anyway.
Your dad's a fag. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Oh. Where's my AZT? Oh, very good.
Yeah, well, where were we?
Opie's high voice.
Oh, yeah. That's where we were, huh?
No.
So it's, hi, Mom, I got fired from work for masturbating.
Hi, Mom, Dad's losing weight.
Hi, Mom, Dad had to punch another hole in the old belt again.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
XM 202.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. And the program will be live a week from this Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe here in New York City. We're going to broadcast from 7 to 11 a.m. That's death. But we'll have a really good time. We're throwing a party together. Hard Rock Cafe a week from Thursday. It's called Kegs and Eggs or Eggs and Kegs or whatever. Just come down and check out a live Opie and Anthony program. We'd love to see some old faces and some new faces. We really haven't been out there doing live broadcasts yet. We haven't really been out there doing much of anything in front of the listeners. So it'll be your first opportunity to.
The hell was that?
To say hi. What is that?
That was I thought it was a pen. I was trying to take the top off and I pulled it and it made noise.
We got Steve from FoundryMusic.com in the studio. And there's a lot going on the internet, so we figured we'd get Steve in here.
Mm-hmm. He just gave me the link, and I was just watching the Fred Durst video.
Ugh. They're going to arrest you now, Anthony.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have named in the lawsuit.
Now you have some information.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking at the Fred Durst sex video. He's suing for $60 to $80 million. The rumor is because he has a small dick and he wasn't happy about it. That's what I've heard. Now, we've looked at the video, and I'm thinking, hey, he doesn't have a small one. And then I was looking a little more there, and he's got a thin one.
Yeah. And the point of view with the camera is one that you would use if you wanted to make it look bigger. You know, that straight down kind of from the gut.
Right.
He's got his gut in the way, and he's just banging this hose bag, and then he gets head at the end of it.
Well, she's not that hot.
Yeah, she
you know what?
not that bad.
I just blew it.
Not that bad.
I was going to say she's not that bad, and I said she's not that hot.
Oh,
she looks pretty. She doesn't.
Well, at least I don't have it up here.
All right, she doesn't look that bad.
No.
Well, he's Fred Durst. He gets quality poon.
Yeah, Fred Durst.
Yeah, but I guess the problem with his thingy there is it's a thin one.
Yeah, he's got a thin one. He's got her bent over on a couch, doggy style, and then he's just ramming it home. She's a good trooper. She reaches back with her hand and gives him a little jiggle as he's doing her from behind.
Yeah, well, looking at it now, it's kind of a doggy style thing happening, right?
She's got a nice ass, Yeah, he's doing.
Whoa, that's been violated a few times, though.
Yeah.
You see that?
The balloon knot.
Whoa, hey!
It's going. Oh!
Kind of looks like a Mexican cave. There's some stuff happening in there.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Oh my God, I didn't see that the first time.
It's definitely been ravaged a few times by some rock stars.
It shouldn't look like an O.
No, it's definitely an O.
It shouldn't look
like
O. Shouldn't look like an O when there's nothing going on.
Yeah, maybe something's pushing out.
Oh my God. Anyway,
yeah, she's
And you don't know it's Fred Durst until the end, because then he turns the camera on himself.
Well, you see the arm tattoos. That's kind of a giveaway if you're familiar with what he's.
Oh yeah, because I know exactly what kind of ink Fred Durst has on his arms.
No, I'm not. But if you're a Limp Bizkit fan, you'd probably know.
You probably would.
I guess. Her head in the pillow.
And
there he
is.
There you go. There's good old Fred.
Turns it on himself.
Anyway, so
this smut.
A lot of controversy over the Fred Durst sex video. Mm-hmm. People are getting subpoenaed and sued, and he just wants it. He just doesn't want it out on the internet. But you know what? I guess it's too late now, isn't it?
Too late.
You should have sold it.
It's kind of like how they say you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Once it's out there, it's out there.
That's it.
So, what else is going on, Steve? I guess we had an assault on the media over the weekend, too, right?
Yeah, Eric actually.
We can't really play the audio because the audio stinks. It's more of a visual.
Oh, damn.
Eric, you know about this one?
Yeah, Eric sent it to me. He knows more about it than I do.
We love the assaults on the media. They're slowly but surely starting to get more and more frequent. You notice, Anthony? It's starting to take on a life of its own.
Yep.
We had the great one from Hummercash in Philly with the reporter that was 6 months pregnant.
They had to actually get on the air and say she wasn't attacked and she's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Love that one.
Do I have that?
Should be there in front of you now.
Yeah, I don't see it. Whatever.
Eric's got it.
Oh, here.
Oh.
Yeah, really fast, because this is worth playing again. Because this is a great. This is some great audio. Doing the classic snow report with a reporter on the side of the road, 6 months pregnant, but the news station had no problem sending her out in the bad weather.
Yeah.
And Hummercash was there to just be a pain in the ass. Remember, don't touch the reporter. Do whatever you want, but just don't harm them physically.
No. All right, and despite the snow and all of our warnings, some people are out and about anyway, running errands and doing all sorts of other things. Karen Scullin is live in Chestnut Hill in that neighborhood of Philadelphia. Karen.
Hi there. Well, we're not just talking the side streets anymore here in Chestnut Hill, like the one you see over there, Germantown Avenue. Excuse me.
Satellite radio. Open
Sure.
Anthony, XM Satellite Radio.
Let's go to tape.
We're sorry about that. We'll try to go back to Karen Scullin when we don't have that idiot around.
Ooh, you just challenged our listeners. You can't call our listeners idiots.
When we don't have that idiot around.
Yeah, and then they...
Not idiot, it's a jackass.
And then the stupid news viewer rubes got all concerned like Hummercash did something. Because I guess the cameraman... The shot went right down in the snow.
Yeah, so it looked like maybe somebody was pushed or some melee was happening, but it was just the cameraman trying to avoid taping him.
So this is my favorite part. After commercial, they have to come on and do this.
You're watching CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
You may have been watching a moment ago when reporter Karen Scullin was trying to do a report from Chestnut Hill neighborhood of Philadelphia, and someone ran in front of her camera. Many of you have called concerned for Karen. It was just some guy trying to get attention. He didn't touch Karen. Karen is fine. She is 6 months pregnant, and she's now just going to take a break.
Oh, going to take a break.
Going to take a break. From what?
My baby!
You guys sent her out there in the awful snowstorm.
What awful press would that be for us if she dropped a miscarriage right there as the guy is running around, as Hummercash is running around. O&A.
Complunk.
Kill a baby.
So we got a new one.
Yeah.
What's the new one about?
The end of last week, there was that explosion at the Petco store in Eatontown, New Jersey.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Ouch.
So a few people from Whack Bag went out there where all the media was set up right around this police tape area, and Doughboy from Whack Bag goes running up to the reporter and puts a WOW sticker right next to the side of his head, almost like you're holding a gun to the guy's head.
Oh,
there's a WOW sticker out there, and he starts going, "O&A, XO, but he's so far back from the mic you really can't hear him, but it's a great visual because he runs up and he's holding it and then he runs away.
And what does the news person do?
Just kept going, acted like it never happened.
Professional. Very good.
That's great. And that video is up on FoundYourMusic.com?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's more of a visual than anything, but I guess it was great exposure.
Oh, very good exposure.
Doughboy's on the line from WhackBag.com. Doughboy!
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, thanks for that.
Yeah, I kind of strolled over there thinking that I was going to get like a Chester reference in or something, just because it was a Petco.
Yeah.
How can you not?
Very good.
And I don't know, I woke up, and the guy was a total douchebag. He was setting up for a shot, so I woke up. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And he just ignores me like I'm a total scumbag. So I was like, okay, fuck you. You're marked. I walk up, I put the sticker next to his head, and I sort of look and aim so it's next to his head and it's in the camera view, and then I scream O&A, and then I kind of casually walked away like the thug that I am.
How long were you next to the guy?
It felt like I was next to him for like a half hour, but in reality, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds.
3 or 4 seconds on live TV standing next to a reporter with a WOW sticker is an eternity.
Not bad.
That's an eternity.
Yeah, and the WOW sticker was very clear in the shot, so it was very...
I still haven't seen this video. I got to check it out. Doughboy, you rock. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. There you go. The latest assault on the media. We can't play the audio because it's you really...
No, you didn't really hear much.
But the video is just priceless. And that's on OpieandAnthony.com as well.
Check that out.
While we have Steve in the studio, we got some more... Oh, my... How many do we have?
No, that was... sorry, the first first page is just the title. Second page was the authors.
You scared me.
Sorry. 7.
Anthony, we got 7 new Ramon promos.
7?
This thing has taken on a life of its own. Good old Steve created this character.
Ramon.
The big voice guy with his sidekick Ramon. And
he's a houseboy.
You've only made 3 or 4, I think, right? 4, maybe?
I think there's a 5th one in there now.
There's a 5th one?
Wow.
5, yeah.
But now the
a franchise.
The listeners have been obsessed with the Ramon promos, and they're making their own.
Yeah, they're making their own. I've trimmed through these, got what I consider to be the best of the listeners.
Oh, no.
Right.
As you make a face and roll your eyes. Why?
You know, I know they're trying. I know they're trying, and I don't want to knock them. And I'm happy that they caught on to it. But it's just, some of them are just so serial killer in their delivery that
I think purposely you're giving us the worst Ramon promos for the listeners just so you feel better about your job, and you're basically trying to tell Ant and I, see, I'm the best voice guy you guys will get.
That is the end result of what I give you. But I am certainly not trimming through these thinking that I can, improve my job security, because in reality what they do is they just send them to you directly and you'd find out anyway. So I'm giving you the best of the best.
Anthony, we just got to back up a second. Eric got the video of the latest assault on the media with Hummercash. It's John Slattery from Channel 2 here in New York.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking in front of the blown-up building, blah, 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 blah. And there's Hummercash in the background with the WOW sticker.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great.
What
Doughboy.
a tool.
I'm sorry, Hummercash. Doughboy, I'm sorry. That's funny. He just comes from the left and just slowly but surely just shows the WOW sticker and just kind of slowly pans all the way across the screen. Watch.
It is right next to his head. That's a good one.
That's awesome. Anyway, so explain Ramon and the big voice guy for the new listeners, like a really fast explanation so they can play along at home here.
Ramon is basically a Central American houseboy who's tasked with catering to this deep voice guy, this wealthy, eccentric deep voice guy, and all those little stuff he doesn't feel compelled to deal with. Just
the menial tasks.
Yeah, exactly, the menial tasks. So while he's cutting, Opie and Anthony promos, he might just have an inconvenience, and Ramon's got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. All right, with that said, here's some more Ramon promos from the listeners. This first one is from Jeremy.
Are you sure? Child support, birthday presents, trade in the Porsche, time to get a minivan. No more O&A on high voltage, now it's just going to be XM Kids. Ramon, get me a hanger.
All right. The abortion angle?
Yeah. I don't know.
Upset with having a kid or something?
That sucked.
Yeah, I don't know if
really bad.
I really don't know if Ramon would be tasked with a back alley abortion in that regard.
Well, he probably would, but
yeah, he would. But I don't really
like the situation. The setup was bad.
Yeah.
No.
There's no real sound effects.
No.
Nah, it's just reading into a mic. You gotta step it up a little bit.
Here's the next one.
After a long day of Opie and Anthony promos, I can finally recline my seat back, enjoy a nice glass of cognac, and a transcontinental flight from Boston to Los Angeles. What's that? Oh, fiddlesticks. Seems we have another problem with those pesky terrorists again. Ramon, let's roll.
All right, a little 9/11 comedy there.
That's just great. That could get us fired, you ass.
Yeah. So would
that's horrible.
That was really bad. That was really bad. That was tasteless.
Thanks, Steve, for including that one. That'll be hours of meetings. Thanks.
Our awful listeners.
We don't know what that was. That was just a lot of hissy audio.
All right, here's the next Ramon promo. So far, 0 for 2.
Nothing like relaxing with a tall glass of eggnog while listening to Opie and Anthony with my good friend Pat from Moonaki. Ramon, pick up that toe.
That's not bad.
That was all right.
Yeah.
That was okay. A nice little show reference. And Pat's
like the sound effect of the toe falling off. It was,
it made a squirting sound for some reason.
All right. We're gonna roll through these.
What a long and stressful day doing Opie and Anthony promos for XM Satellite Radio. I need to really relieve some stress. Excuse me? Hey man, what you need? Maybe a dime bag. Ramon, roll me a fatty. Uh-oh.
All right, I think we're listening to the last of the listener Ramon contributions.
Yeah.
This is called the...
They've lost it.
Yeah.
This is called the end of a storyline. And end of a bit on the Opie and Anthony program.
Wrapping it up.
This is called wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up.
This is after going through about 50 that came in.
This is called Death of a Bit.
Death of a Bit.
You're listening to Death of a Bit on the Opie and Anthony program.
Ramon, end this bit.
End this storyline.
It sure is difficult to find someone to share my life with. Maybe today will be the day. Let's see. SWM, fat-breasted and awful looking. Tempting, but no, not you.
What?
Teddy bear type, looking for fun. Maybe my horoscope will bring my dreams to fruition. True love is closer than you may think.
Learn to edit.
Ramon, let me smell your breath.
Oh.
What? I don't even get that one.
What? That was just psychobabble.
Uh-huh.
And these are the best of the ones that came in?
Yes.
Are you just saying that, Steve?
Nope.
Yeah, Steve, you're trying to make yourself look a lot better.
Dude, like I said, they could send them to you directly. You can pick through them yourself.
No, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't.
Exactly. Like, look, in order to get a Ramon promo done, I go through about 12 revisions. I consult 5 or 6 people, and I play it, until I can't stand it anymore, and then maybe everybody in the producer's booth, and that's all the interns.
This is so bad that I think the listeners aren't even going to want to hear the real Ramon promos.
I know, this could kill the whole franchise.
This is going to kill the whole thing.
I certainly hope not, because you gotta work hard to make these things, and I don't see a whole lot of effort being put forth. I think there's one on there, like the very last one.
There's a whole Jar Jar Binks thing going on here.
Oh my God, ruining the franchise.
A relaxing evening by the fire. I wonder who that could be. Oh, it's you. What? You're what? Ramon, fetch me a hanger.
Another hanger one, but see? Now the difference is he had a setup, he had like you got an image in your mind.
Yeah.
He had the sound effects, the music.
It's called Theater of the Mind. A lot of work went into that one. Well, you might not enjoy the direction. At least he put the effort into making
that
it
one
sound
was
like
the better of the 2 hanger Ramon promos.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, thank God, the last Ramon promo we will play from the listeners.
Very good.
This bit is over, Johnny.
Done.
Thank you.
Oh, I love nothing more than a nice evening stroll. Uh-oh. It looks like the weather is taking a turn for the worse. Quick, we need to find cover.
Get it, it's raining.
Ramon, get under that porch. And then, suck my cock and stuff, because I'm really gay.
I like how he drills the point home. Very good.
I like how he threw that in there. Just
that spiced it up a bit.
Takes the ambiguity out of it.
I'm glad the whole Ramon series ended up on an up note.
There you go.
That was kind of funny.
That was. Why are people making the deep voice guy sound like Satan?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people are commenting on how deep the deep voice guy has gotten.
Yeah, it's really careful. You really have to judge your own voice and then pitch it accordingly.
Well, you guys, for once, Ant and I did not run something into the ground. The listeners have.
Yeah.
See, it's not easy now, is it?
Jeez, enough, guys. You going to do this all day? God, listeners, what the hell?
See?
Oh, another Ramon bit.
See? It's not easy to do radio now, is it?
Another Ramon bit. Let me just turn off my instant feedback. I'll come back to it later when you're on to something else.
There you have it.
Stink.
The death of a bit. But it ended up on an up note with the monster raid.
The Ramon bit was funny when you guys first did it, listeners, but now it just sucks.
Right. I'm going to start wait, how can I do this? I want to start a message board that's me that comments about listeners.
There you go. And you can just pick apart the Ramon promos that they're sending in.
There would be an awful thread about what you guys gave us as far as the Ramon promos.
Do you want to hear the new one, or you want to leave that one till break?
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to break again.
Okay.
We're just trying to catch up. So, actually, now we can end it with the brand new Ramon promo from Steve. And then when we continue, we're going to get Chuck in here to talk about Michael Jackson a little bit.
Nice.
He was hired to, film Michael Jackson in hotel rooms and at the Neverland Ranch. And when he was going to court that first time, he was one of the photographers there. So he has some interesting stories. I don't think he has anything earth-shattering, but it'll be interesting to talk to him. So, but first, it's the brand new Ramon promo.
An exquisite day for mailbox baseball. Need a mint. Oh my, Ramon, scoop up these puppy guts.
Okay, I get it. You kind of you threw me at the beginning.
It's the M. Night Shyamalan influence.
Oh, is that it?
That's right.
Like, I didn't know there was a mailbox baseball thing.
Well, we had to think of a reason to get him out of the house. And
Okay.
Since he works out of home, there was no reason for him to be leaving for a voice session. We thought about groceries.
But maybe he had a special voice session where he actually had to go down to the studio.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes those big voice guys do have to.
You're right.
Even though they have that awesome home studio.
You are absolutely right, but I was really going along with the eccentric part.
He's gone for a drive out in the country before, too.
He has, but why revisit that? Think of another reason that this guy would go out. So think of this, an elderly, deep voice guy with a lot of money. What would he do it for leisure? Mailbox baseball.
You think he would, though? Kind of takes me out of it.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
Really?
It's so out of character for deep voice guy
I
that
think somehow this guy had to be going to some kind of job related to his voice work.
Yeah, I think that would have,
Okay. I thought that was too easy, but
then again, he does run over his dog or dogs, and now Ramon has to clean up puppy
guts
carcasses.
Yeah, right. Little puppy guts. It must be tough.
It really is.
For deep voice guy to lose a dog like that in his own driveway, running it over. Can't imagine.
It's impulsive. He was, in a hurry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we take a real break, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program in just a bit as Derek is panicking over there because he didn't know what I was going to do. And he's ready now. I got the thumbs up from Ben. The mouse was frozen. The mouse was frozen, Anthony.
Oh.
But it's unfrozen now, so we're going to break.
Life in corporate America can be a grind.
All they do is they remove the humor from everything.
And you don't want to worry about your behavior around the office becoming a problem.
I'm standing here with this erection feeling silly.
You're going to need some sound advice.
Talk less and suck more.
From a qualified professional.
I'm a stand-up comic who hates his own guts.
New from the HIV Corporation. It's the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook.
Sensitivity training. Maybe you could send someone from Human Resources in, and they can tickle my bag a little. I can go, ooh, very sensitive area, and then they can leave.
Jim will help you construct a business plan.
Greed is good.
He'll guide you through the hiring process.
Hire all fat chicks if you don't want them harassed.
He's also a whiz at customer relations.
Here's what you do, stupid. When they complain, you go, click. You take the phone. Click.
Ladies will also enjoy Jim's wardrobe recommendations.
You send them to training to not have those big tits showing during the workday.
Jim is also an experienced marriage counselor.
How could you marry a chick that won't drink out of your mule?
And he can help mend even the most fractured of family relationships.
I killed my wife with a hammer.
And he'll also assist with time management.
1:30, Human Resources attempts to talk about sensitivity training. 1:35, they are wiping saliva that Jim Norton has spit on them off of themselves as he walks outdoor. End of meeting.
Call 1-800-LOG-DROP for the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook. Order today.
Meeting adjourned.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. Feeling about 75% better, but I couldn't stay home anymore.
Yeah.
So really fast, just to continue, I was at the doctor's office, got the physical, he gave me some Allegra D for the
hack.
The hack, not even the hack, for the congestion. And I'm just about ready to leave, and he goes, one more thing, and he went and got the glove again.
One more thing, man.
And then I'm like, what? You did this already. He goes, well, I should get a stool sample.
Yeah, well, you take a dump to get that.
That's what I thought.
It's not pulling out a nugget.
So to make a long story short, I have to bend over again and sing Moon River.
Yeah.
Tells me to take the deep breath again. He goes in. What is he poking one that's in there to get the stool?
Oh, God.
The stool sample?
Did he pull something out?
I don't know what he did. I'm not looking.
Did you feel him like scraping in there to get something?
He doesn't have a mirror on the ceiling or anything. I don't know what's going on. But all of a sudden, I think that's what he said, that he needed to get a stool sample, because that's what you do when you get your physicals, right?
Yeah, but usually people get that out of the bowl.
That's what I thought.
Take a dump and they give you like a popsicle stick.
I remember that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
A plastic thing. And
yeah.
You got to scoop a little.
Yeah, maybe this is the The new way they get him. I don't know.
I don't know. This guy's a little too eager to snap that glove on his hand every time you walk in there.
So they, yeah, I mean, he went for a poke to poke one that's still in me. I don't know.
Doc, my eye is a little red. Okay, pull your pants down.
Right.
No, not that one. Doc, my ear. I think I have an ear infection. Pull your pants down, Opie. Snap them gloves on again. But it's my ear. Yeah, I know. I got to stick my finger up your ass, though.
I didn't even want to know, man. I was just like, what are you doing now? We did this already.
Yeah.
But he said something about a stool sample, and then he walks out of the office all awkwardly with his one hand up in the air.
Did he write it in your chart as our second date? Or was it... That's pretty, I don't know, twice like that to get a stool... Oh, he walked out with his finger up in the air?
Well, because I guess he was going for a microscope or something.
And he was going to smear it on
I don't know. But then what was funny, and this isn't one of those Ben funny stories, because it was kind of funny. So I'm now getting ready to pull my pants up, but of course we don't make eye contact after this, because now it's like a regular thing.
Hey, how you doing, Doc?
Hey, how many fingers are you going to stick up this time? Hey.
What if you bump into him at the grocery store? Will he stick his finger up your ass? Hey, how you doing, Hope?
Just want to say hi.
Hey, pull your pants down.
So then he's walking out of the examining room. I'm, getting myself back together. My hair's all askew and
brushing your hair and putting on your makeup and taking the 20 off the dresser.
Right, just trying to get myself back together.
Yeah, presentable.
And there's no eye contact, and he's trying to walk out of the examining room. He has that big white doctor's coat on, right?
Of course he does.
And he's got his one hand up in the air, the right hand, so he's reaching for the door with the left.
And he's just got a stool sample on the tip of his finger.
I didn't look, dude, but his hand was up in the air. I knew that much. I wasn't looking closely, I should say. And then all of a sudden, the doorknob gets caught on his lab coat, and he's all like a mess. Like he's like trying to reach back to
he can't use that hand.
Right, he can't use the hand that's up in the air, and he's awkwardly using the other hand to try to unhook himself from the doorknob. Dude, I had to help the doctor. I'm like, let me get that. I'm like, oh God. So I had to undo his pocket from the doorknob so he could get out of there. And he awkwardly slams the door, and I'm like, oh, thank God that was over with. And then he comes back like nothing happened, like, yeah, everything's good there.
Yeah, he must have been looking for blood in it or something.
Don't know,
so he probably smeared it on a slide, put it in the microscope. But Jesus, what if you didn't? Oh, yeah, that's Eric just licked his finger. Went like he goes into another room and goes, no, it tastes fine to me. It's not so bad. Oh, geez, that's awful.
If I was a doctor, I would be the doctor with the sense of humor, because it's an awkward thing. Whether he's, now violating me or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't?
Could be his thing.
You don't know.
But I'd be the doctor with a little, chocolate pudding on the side. And
oh, God.
When the patient's not looking, dip another finger in the chocolate pudding. And then,
oh, geez, what are you...
Yeah, turn around and just go, nope, all is good.
All right, yeah. As he watches his license fly off the wall, out the window. Yeah. Sense of humor.
No, the glove did not have a marshmallow on it, you asses.
This could be the problem.
Oh, my God, this is hilarious. Let's go to Artie in Yonkers. Artie.
Hey, was your doctor a short, fat guy with big, stubby fingers?
Why, did you have a doctor with, fat fingers?
Oh, man, he had big old man fingers. And, Jesus, I never shit so much after I left that office.
You really want a doctor with the slenderest, slimmest, feminine fingers ever, I guess.
You don't want a doctor with meat hands.
Oh,
that's funny.
Or with a bunch of hangnails.
One of those doctors that has a pinky ring that could fit around your dick. It's so fucking big.
Oh, it's horrible.
That's funny, bro.
Oh, man. Then I had to shit on a stick and send it into the mail for a week.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing this time. I don't even want to know, man. That's why I don't go to the doctor often, and I'm done with my physical. I won't be back in that office for 2 years.
Nice.
Minimum.
2 years for your ass to close back
And quite
up.
frankly, I think I'm going to go find another doctor. Something's going on there. Carl, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
My doctor, every time somebody went to him, they said they had to pull their pants down. So in anticipation of this reputation, I was going to see him for the first time. And I get in the office, and I start pulling my pants down, and I bend over the examining table. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing? Pull your pants up." The reputation was false. I was just standing there with my pants down.
Dude, why would you ever pull your pants down without the doctor asking to?
Everybody said every time you go there, first thing he says is, drop your drawers, drop your drawers. So.
Oh, you pull them down like you're wanting it. You slut.
Hey, I heard you have fat fingers.
Yeah, Doc.
I looked you up. I'm ready, Doc.
Could you use 2?
I'm ready. Jesus. What are you doing?
Oh, that is awful.
All right. We got to get Chuck in here. Ben, get Chuck in here. Let's say hi to Don. Hey, Don, what's up? Don? We lost Don?
Is that Don on the phone?
He wanted to talk about that the chimp story.
Oh, we got to talk about that one.
What is up with the chimps?
Oh, my God. Chimps attacked this man and woman at this animal preserve. There was some chimpanzees, and I guess these sound like crazy people anyway. They had a chimpanzee. They had owned a chimp, this couple. But the chimp had bitten off somebody's thumb, so they had to get rid of it. So they gave it to this animal sanctuary. Well, they went to visit the chimp because it was the chimp's birthday. So they brought the chimp a birthday cake. And they're standing around trying to, I guess, give this chimp the birthday cake. And some other chimps, now whether they were in a cage and got out of the cage or they weren't in the cage, I have no idea. I haven't been able to get that straight from what I've read. But these chimps attacked the couple. And at first they bit one of the woman's fingers. And then the man pushed his wife or this woman out of the way. And the chimps just attacked this guy mercilessly. I mean, they fucked him up big time. The damage report, where the hell is it? Because I would love to read it instead of just go from...
As you find that, I think I got some audio of the actual story. So.
Wow, I guess that's exclusive for us.
Really? Listen to this as you find the story there.
A man mauled by a chimp. His wife watching in horror. It's a story that has the country talking today. Now, as he clings to life, we have the shocking new expose about the dark side of chimp and the latest on his condition.
And all that time, he was really not screaming. He was trying to reason with them. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything.
For the first time, LaDonna Davis is reliving her chilling real-life nightmare, watching in horror as 2 chimpanzees savagely attacked her husband. It's a gut-wrenching story. LaDonna tells Good Morning America she and husband St. James were visiting their former pet chimp at a California animal shelter when 2 others escaped from their cage. The 2 chimps also severed Davis's nose. They chewed off his fingers and ripped his right eye right out of the socket. Imagine a primate coming after you, like this scene from National Geographic's Most Amazing Moments. Animal workers managed to shoot and kill the chimps as they tried to drag Davis away. Meantime, LaDonna Davis is struggling to come to terms with her husband's savage attack.
So this is very much touch and go.
Minute by minute, they told me. That's all they can tell me because they want to be honest.
Oh, my God.
Whew, he's 64.
He was trying to reason with the chimps?
Oh, he's 62. Yeah, he was trying to reason with them, with the crazed animals, his wife said. One was at his head, one was at his foot, but all the time he was trying to reason with them. Hey, look, chimps, could you not rip my face off? What kind of reasoning? Came around and chomped off my thumb. A male chimp, the wife said, my husband must have realized we were in deep trouble because he pushed me backwards. At that time, they both went for him. So he must have seen him go for the woman and thought it was some kind of competition. Lost all the fingers from both his hands. Dude, they chewed off every finger that he owned. And this isn't reattach his fingers stuff. You know those chimps just like mashed his fingers. Ripped an eye out of his socket, so that's gone. Ripped off his nose, a cheek, his lips, and part of his buttocks in the attack.
They just started eating ass?
And they were tugging on his genitals.
Why couldn't they put that? Remember the movie Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, of course.
This sounds like a scene that should have been in the movie.
Yeah, where's the nice, even those apes, they were vicious and stuff, but at least, all they did was, you cut out his brain, you bloody baboon. Look at you. You've ripped off his fingers, lips, and buttocks, cheeks. Damn you.
Somebody pissed this chimp off.
Those things, how you reason with them?
To the point of he went to I mean, did they not feed him for about 6 months?
Probably he was pissed off that they threw him in this animal preserve many years ago, and he's just been waiting and waiting.
Just waiting.
Waiting. That son of a bitch will come back.
I know his face.
He'll come back one day.
Here, is this the son? Guys, this is the son of a bitch that put me here. I
is
bit
the guy
off one finger.
Right.
And this is the guy that put me here.
This is the guy I've been telling you about.
Here he comes. The cage is open. Shh.
Now's our chance.
You bite his fingers off, I'm going to bite his genitals and his buttocks. Yeah, everyone thinks of the chimps as these nice things that wear the little blue jean coveralls. Isn't that cute? And maybe a little engineer hat.
They hold your hair.
Yeah. What's cuter than a chimp wearing an engineer hat and coveralls? I defy you to tell me there's nothing cuter. And when they, lose their minds and start biting at your genitals, buttocks, and rip your face off, you got to look and go, this thing would look adorable in a little engineer hat. I'm trying to reason with you. If you stop eating my face, I'll buy you an engineer hat.
And I'll put a diaper on you.
A little diaper?
A little diaper.
And they hold your hand. And you ever see when they make the kissy lips?
Yeah.
And they go, mwah, and they kiss you? People put their faces right next to them. Or they go, they make noises. You're not thinking they're going to rush at you and bite your face off.
Pull one of your eyeballs out and eat it like it's an olive.
Oh, they ripped his eyeball out.
Ripped his lips, his nose, and started eating his ass, pulling on his genitals.
Eating his ass.
And ate every single finger.
You're looking at your stubs.
Oh, my
your
God.
bloody stubs of fingers that are left, just going and trying to reason with it. How do you reason with one of those things?
All the footage you always see, you always see chimps, they eat bananas and lettuce and stuff. Oh, no.
No, they're liking some face.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we want
people face. When was the last time you had a little man face? It's been a while. Bananas and oranges they give us and apples, but, a nice bite of man face? What's a man fingers? Yeah, I'm in the mood. You? Yeah, let's go.
Hey,
Right
I would love to go to the phones to take this whole discussion to the next level, like Eric Logan was teaching us down in Washington. Right. Just when you've exhausted a subject between yourselves, you take it to the next level by going to the phone.
Oh, but it gives it a whole new life, is what he was saying.
Sure. Remember he was telling us that?
He said you could bring up a subject,
right,
and then all of a sudden when we're done talking about it, you can go to an expert.
Right.
And all of a sudden the expert breathes a whole new life into the subject, so it's not like we're beating it to death.
Right.
When the subject is done, all of a sudden, we're done with the subject? No, the listeners can then get involved, and now you have 3 lives to one subject.
And this is Radio 101 that he's trying to teach us.
Oh, of course.
I'm going to follow Eric Logan's advice. I think we've exhausted our discussion on this. Chuck is in studio. Chuck Vinson.
Hey.
Vinson, Vinson, right?
That's right.
You're not really an expert, but we'll make believe you helped us out. So let's take it to the next level, and get the listeners involved.
Next level. And Opie, contrary to our own thoughts on this, that we should go to the phones or not, we don't think going to the phones is a good idea. But Eric Logan seems to think this is the way to go.
Radio 101 if you're doing a talk show. So
look at the new life that's going to be breathed into this subject.
So for once, we'll take his advice.
Maybe something we didn't cover.
Sure. We're going to take Eric's advice for once.
All right.
Because we don't know how to do this on our own.
Sure.
Let's go to Ben's raw ass. Ben?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah, I work in this animal preserve, and I've seen those monkeys, and it's in Harlem.
Ah, there you go.
Hey.
Thank you, Eric. Hey! Thank you, Eric Logan, for giving us that info that we should go to the phones. Because the listeners do give a new dimension to the whole thing,
Sure
don't they?
do, man. They're part of this show just like you and I, Anthony. Joe, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I was doing my own reading on this, and I think the way it all started was the monkey was waiting until the guy was going to work and said, hey, I want to talk to you.
Thank you, Eric. Because one thing the show needs, when we're done with a subject, when we've exhausted a subject completely, we need, hardcore hateful racism. That's the one subject we didn't really cover here today. And Elo He knows.
Hey, I'm just following Eric's advice.
The phone.
Taking a topic to the next level where you get the listeners involved. So let's say hi to Keith in Jersey.
Jesus.
Hey, Keith.
Hey guys, maybe the chimp started biting because they finally took him off the Zoloft.
A Mike Tyson joke. There you go. Took him off the Zoloft.
Well, sure. Let's go to Ted.
Hey, didn't I see a video of these two monkeys on the pizzeria video?
The pizzeria video where the guy is standing on line.
Yeah,
and he gets
two monkeys. I'm pretty sure.
And he gets beat up. Of course. Yes.
So many expert advices here. I love this.
Oh, it's just. We have a bevy of experts just eagerly waiting on the phone.
Because this is how you do radio.
Chime in.
This is how you do talk radio, according to Eric Logan. So why not? John, what's up? John?
I didn't know our phone lines were tied into 1954.
Hello, guys.
Everyone's smoking Lucky cigarettes out
Smoking Luckies and making Negro jokes.
Guys?
Yes, John.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, listen, they did an interview with those chimpanzees afterwards.
Yeah.
And they said, we wanted to bite his nose to spite his face.
That's kind of funny.
All right, there you go.
I kind of think that's funny. It's that awful little cliche.
Sure.
Cut off your nose to spite your face.
Wow. Instant feedback getting involved, too. From a mobile device, this person just writes, who was this guy? Reginald Denny? Sue from Jersey, what's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, listen, I don't know if you guys remember, you're from around here, but there used to be a chimp, Mr. Jiggs. He lived by my house, and the guy used to put him out on a swing on the front lawn all the time. He just used to sit outside swinging. In the meanwhile, he used to bring him to day camps and put him out by the 5-year-old kids. It's amazing.
Yeah, I kind of remember
he never blowed anybody's face off.
Well, you do that to a monkey or a chimp, I think eventually they're going to want to get payback.
Well, every once in a while he'd give him a cigarette, so it couldn't have been all that bad.
Yeah, they like. Isn't that cute when chimps smoke? It's like, hey, look, he's having a cigarette. He's almost like a person. You know, until they show their teeth and rip your face off.
And rip your fingers off one by one.
Oh, you know how crazy they are, too? Do you ever see some of the specials on Discovery when they go out into the wild and you see the chimps in the wild and they're throwing, like, trees at each other? And their hair gets all, like, puffed up and they're beating the crap out of each other. That's the chimp, not the you ever see the old late 60s TV series Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp?
Yeah.
Where they dubbed in the talking and made him talk and it was like a private eye show. That's cute. Look, he's in a little trench coat and a hat.
Well, I think what the mistake is, when you see a lot of these animals on TV,
yeah,
and then us stupid humans, we see that, wow, that guy has a pet lion, I'm going to do it too.
Right.
What they don't tell you on TV is when they bring a lot of these animals out on these shows, they drug them a little bit.
Yeah.
A little sedative.
A little tipsy.
Just a slight sedative just to keep them calm.
You have to.
Well, I have some information, gentlemen.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. They just released the name of this chimp.
Yeah?
Bubbles.
Oh, you think it's Bubbles
from
being abused
Bubbles. He's
so
been
much?
in rehab all these years, and his ass now is making a statement.
Perhaps he's ripped off Michael Jackson's face, and that was why he had to get a whole new rebuild.
Several announcements here. Bubbles.
More audio. Dark Side of Chimps, Anthony, just like you were just saying.
Ooh, the dark side of
quick
chimps.
little piece of audio.
One of the hardest things I've ever seen in my 11 and a half years of following chimps around the forest is this attack.
Chimp researcher Bill Wallauer is still haunted from these images.
He was able to walk away, but when they finally did leave him, I suspect that male wouldn't have been able to survive. It's impossible for me, for an emotional human being, not to feel so sorry for this young male. But from the chimp's point of view, they're simply defending their territory. I mean, it's what humans do all over the world, and we're hearing about on the news every night.
It's the kind of attack explored in Dark Side of Chimps. You look at what compels chimps to attack humans. In this amazing video, you can see the chimps mount an all-out attack on a group of monkeys. Ian Gilby spent 4 summers studying the hunting behavior of wild chimps and made a shocking discovery. It might look like chaos, but there's a terrifying method to the attack.
Chimpanzees seem to be targeting the babies and the juveniles. The younger ones, the meat is more tender, or they're easier to catch. They do tend to prefer them. They often ignore the males or try to throw the males out of the way, or hit them out of the way, and get up to the infants and the juveniles. And the aftermath of a hunt is often very chaotic. There's a lot of screaming. They're pretty exciting to watch. Sometimes, the carcass gets torn in two.
Nice. Ooh. Nice. So there's a little taste of the audio. I mean, yeah, they're just vicious, obviously.
Yes. And they have that, what's called the retard strength. They got everyone knows, retarded people are a little stronger than the average person, because I guess when God takes something away from you, he gives you something else. So you take away a little mental capability, all of a sudden you got that strength where you're just like, and that's kind of what the chimps have. They got that little pea brain, smarter than, a muskrat? Sure. But as far as people go, they're not quite that smart. And then what they got in exchange is that retard strength that could rip fingers right out of their sockets and tear buttocks apart like no one's ever seen.
Well, why don't we take one more phone call, Anthony? Let's say hi to Tony.
All right.
Tony wants to add to this. Yes, Tony?
Good morning, fellas.
Morning.
I almost had a life-ending altercation with these chimps not too long ago.
Yeah.
They actually were trying to clean my windshield over at the 59th Street Bridge.
All right.
He went old school on us.
He really did go old school. There's really no squeegee.
There's no more
people.
squeegee men in New York City.
Maybe he's actually being accurate, and there are chimps now that I don't know. That would be entertaining, and I would probably let him do it and pay him $1.
Imagine, stupid us.
That'd be fun.
It's actually happening, and we thought he was referring to something else.
He could wear like a snorkel jacket, come up, and squeegee your windshield. That would be cool.
Yeah, that was the biggest horror show for us white people. Chuck, you don't have to worry about this.
The squeegee guys that Giuliani got rid of years ago.
It used to be the scariest thing ever, man. You're just waiting to get into New York City or out of New York City, and you're kind of on line to get through the tunnel or whatever, and these guys would walk up to you with the dirtiest rags.
Yeah.
And who knows what was in the actual squeegee
bottle.
Who knows? And they would attempt to wash your windshield for money.
Yeah.
And if you said no, sometimes they'd kick your car or do whatever, spit on your windshield.
And
there's nothing you can do.
Huh?
No. There's nothing you can do.
You were
at their mercy.
You were a sitting duck. You were just sitting there.
Remember when I used to take dollars and roll it up into a ball? And I would roll the window down and throw it like they'd be coming up to the car, and I would just throw $1 out, and the wind would take it and it would roll down the street, and like two guys would be chasing this dollar down the street, but it would keep them off your car.
Yeah. And then these guys, while one guy was squeegeeing your windows, the other guy would try to reach in the other window and grab whatever you had on your
change
on your dashboard or whatever
else that was sitting there. Yeah, Giuliani took care of
that. It was an interesting little thing, to say the least. But we have Chuck in studio. You were a producer for Last Comic Standing, huh?
Director.
Oh, director. I keep saying producer,
He's
man.
a director. Yeah. He's a director, and I'm looking at your Internet Movie Database.
Hey, I finally
resume.
made it.
And, man, you directed a lot of stuff.
I've been around a while.
And you're a huge fan of the show.
Here's the deal.
I would have got involved with Last Comic Standing or one of your projects.
Here's the deal,
I had 2 years off, Chuck. I would have done anything.
I did not know. I got XM Radio August. And then I heard about you guys. Being on the West Coast, I didn't know who
so you had no idea who we were until August?
Wow. Until August.
Wow.
Because you weren't on the West Coast at all, right? We
were like in Sacramento.
Sacramento, but
okay.
That's not really the West Coast, though. That's just a weird little area.
And I'm not.
I've been there. I don't know what's going on in Sacramento. It's just.
It is another land up there.
It is strange. It's just all, I don't know, just office parks, and it's really boring.
It's not L.A.
No, it's not L.A. Then you go over the mountains, and there's San Francisco, which is a whole nother world, and then, down to the coast, L.A. But go ahead.
I'm a confident, almost 50-year-old black man, and I have to say to you two gentlemen, I am your new bitch. I am listening to you guys all the time. All the time, and I do have to tell a quick story here. Christmas. I hate L.A. because I don't know if the traffic is as bad here as it is there.
Please,
I'm in the car. I just went shopping. I'm in traffic. I got you guys turned on, and I actually pissed my pants in a brand new Mercedes when you guys did the eggnog thing.
Oh, yeah. Good old Pat from Munaki.
Throwing up, I pissed my pants. And I'm not... Was that the... How many did he get? Now, this has to be a sound effect. How many? Was he actually doing this?
He's puking and puking.
What it was, Pat from Winaki, we had this eggnog drinking contest, and he beat everyone by far. So we, at this point, decided to just let him keep going and going. I forgot how much was the final total.
It's something like 72
It was
shots?
something ridiculous.
I just got 8,000 fingers.
7 0
Shot. Yeah.
7-0.
Double shot.
Wait, and then a 1. 701 shots? Oh, that was a thumbs up. Oh, okay.
70. Yeah, and then he gave a thumbs up.
Yeah, but see, the problem was he had diabetes, so we pretty much told Pat, you better get rid of that.
Yeah.
You better get rid of as much. 70? Thanks, Eric.
Eric came in here to let us know.
I think
Eric.
Right
Nathaniel,
on
the
money.
intern, is on top of it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Not Eric, who's actually making money for being here every day. I like that kid, Nathaniel. He's going places.
He's the one in the red shirt?
No, that's Derek, you idiot.
Derek. I get them confused all the time. I don't know.
How? One's a foot taller than the other. It's not even close.
Names. Who are they? What do they do? I have not a clue.
Pay attention.
They get me.
So he has diabetes. He lost a toe. So we said, and we knew it'd make good radio. We're like, dude, you got to get rid of as much as possible.
Yeah,
so
I heard you guys.
He never puked on his own. He could have kept going, but he finally, did the old two fingers.
Yep.
And then floodgates were open, and that's the audio we play from time to time. But
Please tell me you got that on video.
Yeah, I think
do,
so.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we do. It was up on Foundry Music for a while.
It's horrific.
I'm thinking, dude, we got a live broadcast a week from Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We should do some kind of drinking. We can't do beer, obviously, because there's all sorts of problems with that.
There's a law against it.
But we should do some kind of drinking contest.
The milk is
at the
always
Hard
good.
Rock
That
Cafe.
just comes right up.
Milk?
Yeah, comes right
Can we
up.
get a prize?
I don't know about that.
We'll talk about it during our useless conference call
Our
today.
conference call meeting from later.
We have these conference calls twice a week. They're completely useless.
Always a pain in the ass.
But we humor them and we go, yes, okay, still working on that. Okay, good. Well, how about this? I'll get back to you. Okay, good. All right, thanks. This was great. We'll talk to you Thursday.
Getting all these executives. Wouldn't it be funny if it's like, guys, you're not on the radio, you're not on the TV show. Shut the fuck
So you're
up.
a new fan. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I'd love it. And it's spreading the virus, I've gone beyond that. I'm spreading the AIDS in L.A. I'm telling everyone, and they're loving it. I've told at least 12 people.
Dude, are you under house arrest, or is that a watch?
I love this watch, man. I love this watch. This is...
What the hell is it?
It's a stock watch. And it's it's only like $80-$90.
Really?
Doesn't it look like one of those ankle bracelets?
It's the best thing,
This
man.
looks like a house arrest
Reminds
bracelet.
me of the old Dick Tracy. Remember the Dick Tracy watch?
Yeah, the TV watch.
How do you tell time? It says 8:40.
8:40.
8:40.
How do you tell the time? It's like 8, a 4, an O. This is a crazy watch. It's 8:40 and there's an 8, a 4, and an O on this thing.
Did I tell you I'm only 75%
That is
healthy?
really funny.
No, but I was...
How does this tell time with these wacky, strange numbers? As opposed to 9:20, it's going to be 9:20. How am I supposed to read that?
All right, I know that sounded really, really bad because it's
It
radio.
did. It did.
But look at the visual. How the 8 and the 4 and the O are combined.
Yeah, there's a
All right,
little
thank you.
8 on top,
On
and then
top.
under it is
And
a
the
41.
minutes below, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
not thinking 8:40 or 8:41.
Right.
It's just it looks like. I'm sorry.
It's pretty cool, futuristic.
I'm not gonna be able to explain this. Here, Chuck, have your.
I'm going to put this up on my wall.
Oof.
Oh yeah,
This is classic.
there's pictures of Pat from Winaki puking for you to bring
Oh,
home to LA.
God.
So anyway,
Oh, Jesus. Those stills of people puking are amazing.
so Chuck's in studio and.
I'm looking at his Internet Movie
Oh, yeah, go
Database
ahead,
thing. You directed 9 episodes of The Cosby Show?
Cosby Show, the first run, back in the 80s. 84.
Yeah. 84.
You directed those?
Yep, started off as stage manager, worked my
And
way
you
up
said
to
you're
JD.
you said you're almost
pretty
50
good.
years old.
Yep.
You look like you're in your 30s.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's it. Will Smith. All these guys are like
Directed.
blown up.
Sinbad and Friends.
Uh-huh.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
You might want to scratch that one off the resume.
That lasted for about 6 seconds.
I
One of my favorites.
never got Sinbad. Sorry, just never got it.
One of
thing
my
about it
favorite
was-
shows back in the olden days, Clarissa Explains It All.
Tell me you watched that.
I used to love little
You watched
little
those
Clarissa.
little breasts grow every
Hey,
season.
watch her go through a little puberty is what that was. That's right. Wow. You Bet Your Life?
Bet Your Life Again with Cosby.
All right, Cosby was
Which was,
hosting that one.
Yep.
Martin.
Martin.
Living single. Wow.
So I've
Sister,
been around.
sister.
Been around.
Man.
You got any stories on these guys? Like Martin?
Did you ever see Cosby grope anybody?
Yeah, come on.
Those stories
Here's
are something.
the story of Bill Cosby. No, you know what? You know how you have the best 5, 10 lists? Cosby, I have to say, when I came out from L.A., never been in New York, ever, he hooked me up with more pussy.
Really?
Cosby?
Models. Cosby. And he was just like, Chuck makes $2.5 million. I don't make any... And
just go with it.
It's to the point where I had to turn it down because I had to go to work.
So Chuck, you gotta give him the NyQuil, get them all drugged up, and bend her over the table, or else it's passed out.
This is how you do it, Chuck.
This is Chuck. He makes a lot of money. Chuck Slipper's the cold medicine now. Go ahead. Wow, yeah. So he used to hook you up with models.
Me up with models.
That means he had to be doing something. I know you're not going to say anything, but come on.
It's all going to be in my book.
If he knew how to get you pussy,
oh man,
please.
It's just to the point of it was just stupid out there. They would come to the show and be in this dressing room, and I'm just like, I'm supposed to be professional. Be professional. Thank God they didn't have the laws back in the 80s as they do now. You can't even look right now.
Right. And was Camille ever around when these
Camille
chicks
was
were?
around. Yeah, Camille used to come. Not
when
around.
the chicks were around.
No.
And what was Cosby, kind of a flirt, with the girls and stuff?
Hey, he was the hottest shit back.
Yeah.
He was the hottest thing back then.
Yeah.
Now it's to the point.
I play a doctor on TV.
Did you ever see Lisa Bonet naked?
Lisa Bonet. Oh, I remember the first time when she tried out for this. She was 16, and the reason why she got the part, she had half her face made up.
Really?
Half her face made up, and it was so unique. That's how she got the.
So half her face was her natural beauty, and the other half was what.
And then again, too, to watch her mature. I mean. The
we
exposure
watched her mature.
There were just girls on TV that you watched turn into women, and it was just a marvelous thing.
Tootie? See, I'm a breast man.
Tootie's tits got huge. They took
off. Oh! I
yeah.
mean, it's to the point, like you said, you watch shows back in the day. I used to watch Soul Train only for the line. I wouldn't watch Down
The Line, yeah.
The Line, and Rosie Perez used to be on the show.
Really?
Oh, Rosie.
Coming down the line.
And the pants started to drop. And, hey, 30 seconds, that's all I need.
I'm looking at... sorry, I'm out of this conversation.
Yeah,
but
Tootie went from thank you, Mrs. Butterworth, to,
Thank you,
Tootie.
Thank you,
Thank
Tootie.
you.
I'm looking at naked pictures.
Oh,
of
Lisa Bonet, naked pictures.
Proving, ladies, that you don't need big ones.
Is that from,
My
what
God,
was that movie called?
So sexy. Angel Heart. Remember
Angel
that?
Heart.
Here's the deal with Angel Heart.
Wow.
This was the second season of doing the show.
Yeah.
She comes up to me and she says, I have a chance to do a movie. Do you think I should tell Bill? And I said, if you don't tell him, he's going to find out about it in the press, and the shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
She went to him, and, he gave her his blessings, and the next thing you know, she's up on the big screen.
Yeah, and she's taking her clothes off. I don't think that bode well with some of the people, though, because she's supposed to have, there's an image as a Huxtable. You're not supposed to be taking your clothes off. It's like that chick from Seventh Heaven. The older daughter that was on Seventh Heaven. What the hell's her name?
Darn it.
I know everyone's screaming it at their radio.
I know. We can't hear you, though. I'm sorry. We can't.
She is one of the hottest chicks in Hollywood right now. Jessica Biel.
Ooh.
What was the horror movie she did? The Chainsaw Massacre? The remake of that?
Yeah.
She's walking around in a wife beater. The whole she's unbelievable. And she did some nude shots while she was on Seventh Heaven. Dude,
God.
look at the picture. Stop it.
My God.
Stop it. Stop it.
Once again, ladies, proving that they don't have to be big to be sexy.
Jessica Biel. But they're deceiving. They look kind of small there, but she's got nice size.
No, I love
She
her.
really looked.
Okay,
look.
yeah. She does have a nice size.
She walked around the entire movie like that.
My
To this day,
God.
I have no idea what the movie's about, what the storyline. It was the most distracting thing to have in a movie. I couldn't pay attention to the movie, and I'm not kidding. I couldn't pay attention to the movie.
Dude, I'm looking at the picture. I know you're not kidding. Relax.
Look at that.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
I'm
This
so
girl-
glad I'm not gay.
MrSkin.com is one of the best websites.
So she did some shots, and they pretty much threw her off the show, but she wanted to get off the show anyway. But it wasn't the image that the Seventh Heaven daughter was supposed to have. So when she did Angel Heart, some people around the Cosby set, I heard, were a little upset.
Well, that's what happened to Melissa Joan Hart. She did a spread in a magazine and caught hell.
Yeah, she did like a Maxim. Yep.
Yeah.
Because she was little Clarissa. And she was Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Explain it all, baby.
Explain it all. She had the boyfriend that used to come up through the window. That was a little suspect. Yeah.
Off the
Little Clarissa. And her boyfriend would climb up the ladder and go into Sam, would come into her bedroom. She's a little pubescent girl, and her boyfriend, or whatever it is in her room. And she would always wear the latest 80s fashions. You knew she was going to turn out pretty good, even back then.
Let's do the movie. It's 15 years later. Let's see what happened up in that room.
Right. When the cameras went off and the boyfriend was up in there, he's not crawling up that ladder just to say hi to Clarissa.
Can I have some advice, Clarissa?
Yeah.
No.
He's looking for a stinky pinky.
Unzip the pants. Explain this, Clarissa. You got some splaining to do.
There it is.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's all right.
She's not that great.
Not bad.
Hey.
As far as fantasy women go.
But, you work with her every day. She's
a little frumpy. Know what really wrecked it for her? She was in that Britney Spears video. Britney Spears looking all hot, and then she was in one of the videos as her
Melissa
friend.
Was? Wow.
Yeah, as one of her friends.
Yep.
As one of her friends, and she just didn't look anywhere near Britney.
Yeah.
And she's probably could hold her own, obviously, but you throw her next to Britney Spears,
Britney.
that's gonna drop your number a bit. If you're like a 9 around your friends, you're like a 6 around Britney Spears.
That's a pretty good picture.
Yeah, it is hot, but that's professional photographer. Blah blah blah. All right, Chuck's in studio. Let's get rid of all the chimp calls,
Got a good
please.
resume. He's got that, what'd you do, the 29th, 30th, and 31st NAACP Image Awards.
Yep.
Jamie Foxx, I Might Need Security. What was that?
That was his last DVD before he blew up.
Now, the goddamn Jamie Foxx, I can't take him anymore.
Oh, my God.
I can't take him anymore. He thinks he's Ray Charles. Everyone else thinks he's Ray Charles. He's walking around now with an Oscar for playing Ray Charles. I've had enough of Jamie Foxx and his goddamn grandmother speech.
The grandmother speech.
The grandmother speech. Oh, my God, enough. And the news talks about it and his touching grandmother speech. By touching, you mean kook. Grandmother speech that he talks to her when he sleeps in his dreams, that she beat the crap out of him, and he looks at her.
Beat the hell out. But I got to say I'm happy for him because it will not happen again.
No.
You
think that's it?
I think that's it.
One and done. Definitely.
And you guys brought up
But you know what? One Oscars, hey, anyone would take that.
I'd take it.
Look at how bad we are.
I want to see him in his next movie like Jimmy, where he plays Jimmy J.J. Walker.
And no one cares.
Does it to a T.
Let's do it again.
You know?
And no one cares.
There's Ray Charles getting out to accept his Razzie Award going, Dynamite! All of a sudden, he is Jimmy J.J. Walker.
And if Ray Charles was still alive, you think he would have won the Oscar?
No, I think it would all.
It's the whole pulling at the heartstrings because
true.
Ray's gone and this guy did such a great job.
And everybody, he was a crossover. Ray was a cross. He's a household name.
Exactly.
I mean, Don Cheadle.
Oh my God, what was that?
Good God, who is that?
Jessica Biel.
Yeah. Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, she's so filthy.
Wow, you guys got to get a screen over here. Saliva's starting to dribble out my mouth.
You could see what she had
Oh
for
my
lunch.
God.
Let's say hi to Bill in Massachusetts. Bill?
Hey, what's up, guys? Your phone fucking sucks. Hey, on Martin, at the end of Martin, didn't that show end because he and that girl co-star, he punched her in the face or something?
It's that word that we're using and seeing in the news, groping. She just got fed up. He started touching and kissing. Started kissing, and she just got tired of it. You know, I'm getting a paycheck, too, and I don't need to take this shit.
Well, Martin isn't known as somebody who's sane.
Oh.
Anyway, he's had his outbursts.
Yeah, is he as kooky as they say?
In the middle
You
of the
know
street.
what? Martin is about 5'5", and I went to his house.
That's why he's so angry.
And this fucker has a basketball court in his backyard. I am not exaggerating. For him to be able to be in competition with everyone else, the basket was 11 feet. I kid you not. So everything I was throwing was bricks. He practices every day, so he was now 11 feet.
Why?
So he could be in competition with her. It's like,
So no one
come on.
dunks on him.
No one dunks on him, and no one can hit a shot.
So no one
Wow.
posterizes them.
He would win. He loves to win.
That's funny. Let's go to Brian in New York City. Hey, Brian, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. We're hanging with Chuck Vincent.
Wow, I really can't hear you. Fill in on this Jessica Biel thing. She actually had all those photos taken when she was 17 because she was on Seventh Heaven and it was such a wholesome show, and she wanted to get fired, and she was hoping that doing the kind of racy pictures would get her kicked off the show. But they kept her on, and she's on the show. But
Right.
her parents had to give permission and all this stuff, and
Right.
so those pictures are of 17-year-old Jessica Biel.
Wow. Very good.
Also,
thanks, Brian.
Blade Trinity. Find some pictures of her in Blade Trinity. She was in that just unbelievable. Again, I'm watching Blade Trinity going, I can't watch the movie. Have no idea what they're talking about. She's just too incredibly hot in that movie. Dressed in, like,
I saw
some leather stuff, and she's kicking ass. She was dressed in these black leather pants where her ass was just exquisite, and she's kicking ass in it.
I saw Laurel Canyon, I guess. Mm-hmm. The same thing. I have no idea what that movie is about.
Yeah.
But that piece of ass, that brunette,
You're like, what?
who
Huh?
ruined her body and ended up, I guess, finally getting breast implants.
Really?
She was
Now,
what?
Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah, Kate.
Kate Beckinsale.
She had just the hottest body, small boobs, but I heard she finally got implants. What an idiot. She was the sexiest thing in that movie. In pretty much anything she does, but
Jessica Biel, and then that other one, that Scarlett Johansson chick.
Yeah,
and she's a little sloppy, and she's willing to get laid in an elevator.
I like a little skank. I've told you all along.
She's a little She's a little
skank.
hippie. She's a little hippie.
Know who has a little skank? Drew Barrymore.
She's got a lot of skank.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
little
Drew.
skank.
Drew has I have a term, H&H, heavy and hanging.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't want any little boys. I want to look at some weight going on. Drew Barrymore, oh yeah.
She's got a little, but she's getting up there a little, and things are starting to hang. It's starting to hang a little bit.
I would just put E.T. on as I'm having
Yeah, there
fun
you
with.
go. That's when she hit her prime right there. That was when she was at the top of her game in E.T.
Hey, all right, why don't we take a break, Anthony? Chuck's in. Wow.
Scarlett Johansson apparently had sex. Whoa, where are those from?
Holy crap, they're that big?
Had sex in an elevator with Benicio del Toro. Where is that from? Can you go back to
A
that?
love song for Bobby Long, it's called.
Yeah?
Look at that.
Nice. Look at the size of that.
Why is that cropped?
She's trying to block her tit with her hand, and she just can't even cover like a third of it.
I love that when they're just trying to cover up and they can't. They don't know where to.
It's too big.
Oh, it's just too big.
Oh, my bosoms are just too big to cover.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Ooh, what do I cover? The nipple, the underside, the top?
I guess I'll just do the best I can.
Trying to grab the towel that's
like
falling.
It's falling over the sides of her hand like mercury, She doesn't know what to do. She's
Big
just
dollop of mercury they're trying to hold in their hand.
She's just juggling it.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry that I'm nude in front of you. I'll do the best to cover up.
I'm so sorry. It's coming out of the side of my hand. Hey, don't worry. No apology necessary.
And there's other girls that could just take one hand and go like this. Here, I'll do the sound effect. Wait. All covered.
Smack it on there.
With the other, woo.
Nothing poking out the side at all.
Nothing.
You could cover it with a hand that the chimp is bitten the fingers off of. Just nothing. Oh, where's that from?
Oh, hey.
What is that?
It's a perfect score.
And who is that?
Scarlett Johansson.
That's Scarlett Johansson's pink panties with cherries on them from under a desk with knee-high Argyle socks on.
And a little...
and a Catholic school dress pulled up.
Yeah. Right on. All right, why don't we
This could be the hottest shot I've ever seen, Beavis.
They have to bring back Beavis and Butthead. Not the reruns. They
No,
gotta just
new ones.
redo that show.
All
I don't
with
understand
new
what
bands,
MTV's waiting for.
New situations, because I watched the old ones and still just laughed my
just
balls
hilarious.
It holds up to the test of time. that
Beavis,
show.
I have seen the promised land.
Yeah. All right, listen. Chuck's in the studio. Chuck got to work with Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Wacko Jacko.
You guys got to tell me what happened over the weekend. I've been shooting the last couple of days here, and I've been hearing
A lot of testimony coming
Oh, yeah.
out, a lot of incriminating testimony from one of the brothers of the victims saying that he's walked in, seen stuff, and some of the stuff he's seen. pretty racy.
We'll get into all that after the break. As we go to break, though, Jay Leno's been doing a great job with some Michael Jackson jokes.
Oh, yeah.
So here's
Not afraid.
Here's a few he told, I guess, last night, or sort of told. He had Dennis Miller actually come out because he's under subpoena or something.
Isn't he supposed to be a witness or something?
Yeah.
So he's under a gag order.
So I guess he told one or two jokes and said, "Whoa, hey, I could get in trouble."
Oh,
so
that's
then,
funny.
So then he had Dennis Miller come out, and
Nah.
I don't know what happened to Dennis Miller. His show's really funny, but
He's got that show on where
CNBC.
Is it
He's not the
CNBC?
same. And I'm pissed off at Dennis
But
Miller.
he changed his whole politics
Did
and stuff.
he?
He went
Did
from
he?
like major, well, I shouldn't say major, but made a liberal all the way to
No, he's been conservative.
His whole
pretty
career, you
consistently. Yeah.
Man,
He
then
has changed. I mean, since that
then I missed out on
CNBC,
something.
Yeah,
he's changed a little
CNBC.
bit.
Maybe a little bit. One of the funniest parts of that is with that goddamn chimp. Did you see that one?
Missed it.
He brings out a chimp every so
Oh
often.
yeah, okay, oh yeah. The
And when a
chimp bit.
segment's just kind of bombing, they just go to the chimp, and the chimp is like beating the crap out of a cameraman or something. It's hysterical.
No,
Chimps are funny.
We've done a lot of interviews because we're doing the satellite radio, and I talked about Dennis Miller and who's the other guy?
Click that one. Sorry.
What?
Yeah, of course that one.
Oh my
Jesus
God!
Christ.
I have no idea what I was about to say.
And who is this? Who is this?
Who is that?
Still Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel, the many
Really?
looks of Jessica Biel.
With dark hair.
Yeah, dark hair, a lot of eye makeup.
How old is she now?
I don't know.
18.
Gotta be,
Oh wow!
I get my fantasy.
let me see. Born 82. She's born in 82.
So she's about 19 years old, I guess.
12?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Don't wreck it.
12.
I think she's 19 and a half. Anthony?
I like how they describe it. Jessica Biel with her striking good looks.
Right.
Striking good looks. Yes, Opie?
Jessica Biel's with her tight snatch. I had something to say, but I don't remember what
Eric
it was.
ruined it. Now he's showing a menu of pictures. I'm
All
just
right,
like,
and then
click
you get
that one, click that one.
And then you got Paris Hilton giving head over and over again because it's like the same.
Who's that?
The same.
Jessica Biel.
Again?
That's a whole different look.
Let's bring her in now.
Wow.
We stink. Yeah, Opie, what?
Opie, this is radio.
Oh, we're on the radio?
Oh, my God.
I went from having a really good point about Dennis Miller to forgetting that we're even doing a radio show.
You know who else has a pretty good body now that grew up from, remember her from Harriet the Spy? Is that one, what's her name? Yeah, she was Dawn on the Buffy, Buffy's sister Dawn. Yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg. She wound up getting a pretty good body on her from somebody who was, a little kid on television.
Is there
on Nickelodeon?
Is there a reason you're talking?
Huh? What? Oh, you're looking at that picture, right? Yeah, we're still on the air.
Oh, we are?
He's typing it into Mr. Skin. Let's see if
Mr.
shows
Skin
up.
rules.
I'm going to have to take you everywhere I go.
Don't you need someone like Eric with a computer? So
Eric is
when
off
you bring
the
up
hook.
a girl, you could just go, oh yeah, that's her.
Eric does a great job every day in studio.
You got to get some from that vacation movie or something.
Eurotrip.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because then she's in a bikini or something.
Hey, Aunt.
Ooh, yeah.
What's my name?
Hey, Opie.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Wow.
See, not bad with her bikini top.
My brain cells are completely on vacation right now.
And you're only at 75%?
Nice.
What?
You're only at 75%?
What?
75.
I can imagine, being a little under the weather, I can't imagine you at 100%.
All right, why don't we step aside and do... I think we were going to discuss something.
Discuss what?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Girls will do that to you every time, man. So anyway, Jay Leno.
Yeah. Oh, right.
That's right. Yeah. What
Michael
he brought
Jackson.
out Dennis Miller.
Dennis
Okay,
Miller.
here we go.
Oh, okay. So
And we're off.
And Dennis Miller, I think, is just the greatest performer ever. So.
Oh, wait a minute.
What? Oh, no.
It's Michelle Trachtenberg taking off her top. And
Yeah. Eurotrip stunk, though.
I didn't see
I
it.
hated
I didn't
that
either.
movie. Anyway,
there you go.
so Jay started doing Michael Jackson jokes, and then he went to Dennis Miller, I believe. That's what we're going to hear here.
But you know what's fascinating? You know the first person to call Martha when she got out of jail? Anybody know? Michael Jackson. Yeah, he said he wanted to know what it was like to be a white woman in prison. So he just... to stop right there. As you know, I have been subpoenaed. I am under a gag order.
You can't do that. Right.
I cannot do any Michael Jackson jokes. But because of the gag order, we're bringing in a guest comedian.
Oh, yeah?
To tell some Michael Jackson jokes. He's the star of his own show on CNBC, 5-time Emmy Award winner, good friend, one of the funniest comedians around, Mr. Dennis Miller, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice to see you, Jay. Thanks for having me on. Big day in the trial today, folks. I see where Michael Jackson and George Hamilton have officially crossed lines on the pigmentation flowchart. You get any closer, I feel like I'm in the Westminster Kennel Show. Some interesting facts coming out about Neverland. It seems that Michael Jackson has the only playroom in the Western world with a wine steward. Yeah. Well,
Not as easy as it looks.
No, it isn't. What do you serve with Macaulay Culkin? Red, white? So let me get this straight. Jackson gets the kids over to the Neverland Ranch. And by the way, if you like the Neverland Ranch, try the vinaigrette. But anyway, he gets the kids over and he gives them vodka and porn. You know, you get rid of the child molestation thing, and this guy's the really cool uncle I always wanted. What'd you do last night, Kev? Mavis and I had dinner. I saw some courtroom sketches from the trial. They did a pretty good job of getting Jackson a jury of his peers. I think we have some of the sketches. You can see that the jurors resemble him and that they only have a semblance of a face. Looks like Michael. What else? In the Robert Blake trial...
Dennis.
What?
Remember, you've been subpoenaed in the Robert Blake.
Oh, that's right. Tag team. Okay,
El Radio con Queso Grande presenta Señor Opie y
Dude, what happened?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
It'll knock you on your goddamn ass.
Jesus Christ, what an anticlimactic piece of crap that was.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
Blade Trinity pictures. Sorry. Can't get off of
Blade 3?
it.
Is that 3?
Yeah, that's Blade 2.
We're still looking at pictures. We have Chuck Vinson in the studio. V-I-N-S-O-N. It's Vinson.
Yeah. And I used to get confused. There was a Chuck Vincent.
That's what I'm trying to, that's what I wanted.
Oh,
my God, who's that? Oh, that's Kate. Holy ass, I'm going to... Oh,
Katie
my
Couric?
God. Which movie is that? Is that Laurel Canyon?
Okay.
Dude, I saw this movie. I'm not kidding. Look at that. I had no idea what the movie was about.
Yeah, that sometimes the girls are too hot to even get through the movie. You're just looking on, I don't know what this movie's about.
Gotta write it down.
Oh, God. Stop.
Stop. Eric just keeps loading up new ones.
Eric,
you're ruining the show.
All right, let's get into the Michael Jackson thing. You were here last week with a videotape that you took of Michael Jackson. You didn't bring it back today?
Because I'm doing everything's on the computer. So I'm doing everything.
Oh, he brought his whole computer in. I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, Steve saw a lot of it.
Yeah, we got to get Steve in here.
Saw a lot of it, and it's pretty wacky stuff.
Well,
I mean, it's Michael Jackson being Michael Jackson. Obviously, there's no video of him molesting children, so don't look for that bombshell here. But you could just see what Michael's all about, which is just being weird.
You know, the thing is that everybody's got their own opinion, and he's going through all this court stuff. And we grew up with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both from Indiana, and it's the kind of thing where I don't want him to be guilty. But come on, you had your warning shot 10 years ago.
After a while, you just got to look at everything that's happening, and even though you don't want to see it that way, it's like, wow, this is just the way it is.
Right. I mean, and it's to the point of everybody's asked me, do you think he did it? And my response, and I'm watching news along with everybody else, is, it really would be fucked up if a kid who has dying of cancer and you molest.
Yeah.
I mean, you do need to burn in hell for that. But so I said, I don't think so. But hell, I'm watching NBC, CBS, Court TV, and you go back and forth. Is he guilty? Is he not guilty? And I guess the stuff over the weekend, it sounds like
right now on TV. If you look up there, you see bombshell testimony. It says that on the graphic, and it was pretty incriminating.
I think I got some audio.
On the stand, the 14-year-old testified that on 2 separate occasions he saw Jackson molest his brother. He says they were on the bed. Jackson, he says, had one hand in his brother's pants, rubbing his private area while touching himself with his other hand.
Ooh.
The brother also testified they drank wine with the pop star on several occasions, and he says they went online to look at pornography.
All right. Not that funny. Relax.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
What a mess this guy is.
Wow. So he's laying there in bed. He's laying there in bed. Michael's got one hand down his own pants and one hand down the kid's pants.
Drinking.
Yeah.
With porno going on.
Oh, my God.
Did you see the picture of him over Webster in the Post today? The exclusive photo?
That's a bad picture.
Where is it? Here. I'll find
Picture of Michael on a bed with Lil Webster when he was about 13 years old. And, of course, he was the size of like a 6-year-old.
And where is Webster now?
It looks like he...
Hiding.
Looks like he's banging him.
Hiding.
Some more testimony.
He would like to, what the chimp did to that guy? That's what he wants to do to Michael Jackson, but he never grew up. Here it is. Look at this picture.
Oh, that is just not good.
It's an exclusive photo. It's going to make the internet if you want to play along at home. But basically, it's an old picture from 1984, trip to Disney World. Webster's on the bed with his face on the bed, and Michael Jackson. Obviously, they're playing around, but if you look closely, Webster's left foot is in Jackson's crotch, like he's trying to kick him and tell him, get away from it.
And in that shot, Webster is biting the pillow.
Yep. Little guy, poor little guy.
Who knows what the circumstances are of the picture, but it looks a little creepy.
Well, the kind of thing, too, it sounds like, regardless if what is it, 10 counts? They have such a hard-on for Michael Jackson. If, 1 through 9 go, they're going to get him on something.
They're going to.
And when he goes in, it's...
Well, the prosecution put up one of the brothers, the brother of the victim, who painted a picture of the time the two boys spent with Jackson, which said included viewing sexually explicit images from the Internet and pornographic magazines, drinking wine, and making crank phone calls to strangers, which is an odd thing that you would, maybe trying to get the trust of the boys and do something a little dirty, a little evil to try to get them together. Well,
hi. Do you have Michael Jackson in a can? Well, this boy here does. Hi, bowling alley. Do you have 10-year-old balls? No, I know it's supposed to be 10-pound balls, but I figure I got 10-year-old balls in my hand. I wonder if you have any.
He's making crank phone calls. Where the hell does that come from? Look at what we're doing together.
It's kind of cool to think even Michael Jackson was doing, crank calls, though.
Crank phone calls. And then in one instance on their jet, they were flying on Michael's private jet, and they're drinking and looking at pornography. And Michael looked at some girl in the magazine and saw her tits and said, "Ooh, got milk?" He was like making girly titty jokes to the boys.
Right. Well, in the New York Post today, it's a great feature they're starting to do with the Michael Jackson case.
Yeah.
They do quote of the day from the trial.
Oh.
And today's quote of the day, dun, 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 is "I was grossed out."
Yeah.
And that was the teen on seeing Jacko prance around naked and sexually aroused.
Yeah, he walked around with a rod.
According to
that's an image
testimony.
I don't want to see a zebra dick around.
Zebra dick. The brothers also said Jackson once walked naked into the bedroom at Neverland Ranch, where he and Jackson's accuser were sitting on the bed watching a movie. telling them that it was natural. Jackson had an erection, the boy said. We were grossed out, he testified. Hearing the boy's revelation, even members of Jackson's own defense team turned to look at him, but Jackson did not visibly react. The brothers also testified that Jackson asked him if he masturbated. When he said no, Jackson responded, "Everyone does. You should try it." And the brothers said that he returned to Jackson's 2-bedroom suite at Neverland after watching a movie in the Rancher's Theater, planning to go to sleep. He said he found Jackson on his back, eyes closed, with his right hand in his underwear, while Jackson's left hand was in his brother's pants. His brother turned away from Jackson, was asleep and kind of snoring, the brother said.
I read that and thought of your story.
Now I can relate to this situation.
Chuck, have you ever heard this?
No.
You know, I'm thinking of building a bunch of tree forts at Neverland.
Yeah, I was in California, and a friend of mine, this friend Richard, we'd been friends for years and years and years. We decided to sleep out at the ranch where we kept our horses. So we go up into the treehouse, and we're talking about everything, girls, horses, everything. And it's finally time to go to sleep.
Right.
So I'm laying there trying to get to sleep, and I hear him kind of lean over, and he goes, "Can I suck your cock?"
God.
Oh, God. And this was after, you're kids, so you have a few beers and stuff, so I guess he was loosened up enough. So all I could do is sit there and go... And I'm going, oh my God, just make believe you're asleep. Just make believe you're asleep. So... just trying to, get him off my scent,
You're not sure whether you should roll over or not.
I'll give you a blowjob.
Just trying my best not to budge. It's like, wow, if he's sweating, if he's sleeping, why does he have a cold sweat dripping down his head like that? Oh, it was awful. So, yeah, I can relate to that kid. Poor bastard.
Let's call Richard now, shall we?
Richard.
So Michael Jackson...
That would be funny.
Michael Jackson was doing the same thing?
What the hell were you thinking?
So Jackson was doing the same thing?
Perhaps he was doing...
Yeah. We drink some Jesus juice, go up into the Neverland tree fort. You want me to suck your cock? I'm sleeping, Michael. The chemo makes me sleepy.
Oh, how awful. Poor little cancer kid has to deal with Michael Jackson's hand down his pants. Probably laying there like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Just when he thought his life couldn't get any worse.
I don't know what I would have done if he would have actually gone for it. What the hell would I do?
Nothing.
And then all of a sudden I feel like a hand on there. I'd have to what are you going to do? I couldn't kick his ass because in my head he's still like my friend. It would be like a weird thing, but you'd be like, oh my God. He better be good.
Don't tell anybody.
You better suck a good cock there, kid. Because I'm really going out on a limb here.
So,
oh, Christ.
Let's get into this. So, Chuck, you were hired by Michael Jackson?
Yeah, he gave a party. This is at the beginning of January. He gave a party. I was called to direct.
Wow.
Neverland Ranch is huge. It's 2,700 acres.
2,700 acres.
100 away from everything.
That's
it's
got to
surrounded
be
by mountains.
Plenty of room to bury the bodies.
That's got to be at least... I would think you'd have a whole block to yourself.
Yeah, just
probably.
a little bit. Just a little bit.
Maybe even a tad more.
A little bit more than that, huh?
And he had a concert, so I directed a concert. I had 8 cameras going on.
Wow.
There were 1,000 people there as a guest. He sat down front, and so I said, okay, see you later. Get a call. He wanted to document everything that's going on because when you look at the news...
Well, not everything.
I would not do that.
Yeah.
That's how he got in trouble in the first place.
I know, it's that documentary.
You would think he would stay away from guys like you that want to film.
Sharing the bed. It's the one way you could show real love is sharing. Is that camera on? Motherfucker.
Right.
You motherfucker. No, keep your goddamn documentary. Keep it. Keep your fucking documentary. I'm not coming back.
I would love to see Bashir how he got all this footage. I mean, he shot everything, but Michael Jackson is so powerful, you would think that he would okay the final cut of this.
Right.
And it didn't happen.
But I think if he did watch that documentary, what he was saying in his mind wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah,
He's just saying, hey, I sleep with children. That's fine. No, it's not. He was thinking this would show people, and honestly, he was thinking this would show people and make them understand what he's thinking. Make them watch this documentary and say, oh, that's why he sleeps with children. Okay, it's fine now.
Okay.
So go sleep with more children,
Right,
Michael,
right.
instead of, So that's Simpsons last night with Homer when he just screamed for the whole the funniest goddamn Simpsons ever. Where Homer gets hypnotized and just screams through the whole episode.
We gotta
God damn, is that funny?
We got to get that, because that we can play on our instant replay.
Funny as all hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the reaction people had.
That was his thought process going into that. Sure.
Yeah. Oops, backfired.
So when you witnessed?
So I so a month later, it was during the first time he had to go to court. The big mailing.
You're the guy that filmed the footage we
on
see?
the SUV.
On the SUV?
So that morning...
That's what you do when you pull up to court. Jump up on the top of your SUV and start dancing.
Were you in the car with him?
No. The night before, we rode up from Beverly Hills, and it was like the president. It was following the bus. He went up on a bus, and I was supposed to be on the bus shooting him. That didn't happen. Followed him up, and it was a real first time I went to Neverland, and it was maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. This place is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You drive up, and there are these gates that have the Neverland. Everything is lit up. It's Disneyland
I bet it brings a tear to kids' eyes when they pull up to that gate. You know, literally.
Kids start. They start doing this.
Yeah, unbuckling. Mommy, can we go home?
And I spent the night. He's got a train station, and it was cold as in the canyon.
Wait, there's a train station?
2
in Neverland?
2.
Are you kidding
There
me?
are 2 trains.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. He's got a complete zoo with animals. These stalls are the cleanest. I mean, ghettos are not this clean.
Really?
Animals
living in meticulously clean stalls.
Oh, yeah.
A train. What kind of train?
One is
has
a steam engine.
Yeah.
And one is one of those small little...
But how far does it go from the
It
front?
goes all the way around the property. It'll take you over where the theater is, and...
So if you want to get around Neverland, you would take the train, or you take some kind of... Does he have the limo golf carts or something around?
Got a couple of those.
That's something.
But I was blown away. I was really blown away. So the next
So were
morning...
the kids.
Let's not use the word blown, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, next morning, 6 o'clock, I really couldn't sleep that night. 6 o'clock, I'm waiting.
Crying.
7 o'clock, I'm waiting. And you could see the helicopters, everything hovering above. And he's getting dressed, so I'm shooting it. And he's got the hairstylist and the valet, and he's figuring out what he's going to wear. And I'm sort of looking at my watch going, I know it's a good 40-minute drive to get to the courthouse. You're going to be late. Because I'm a stickler. I'm like, okay, let's be on time. Anyway, he's
dressing like it's an appearance.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He's doing an appearance.
And he doesn't care if he's going to be late. You can't be late to court ever.
Can't be late. We pull up right at 8:30. He's supposed to be in the courthouse at 8:30.
Yeah.
And then it's bedlam. It is like the Beatles had just arrived, and everything's going on. He goes. I was the only person allowed to shoot him. There were 2 of us, and we walked down left and right. There were the gates. He walks into the courtroom. He's about 25 minutes late, and it's only supposed to take 20, 30 minutes. We were there 2 hours waiting. And as he comes out, it's like he's now telling me, okay, I want you to shoot this. I'm going to wave.
He's directing from
me.
Walking out of the courtroom.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, it's to the point where the cops are holding back the fence and people just going crazy.
Now, who are these fans that are just like...
You know what? It's going back to the 70s. I mean, he was the king of pop.
Yeah, but was.
It's
and
the
what
only
he is now, like...
It's over.
It's amazing that all those fans are still there supporting him like that.
Steve saw the video too, huh?
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention is Chuck mentioned that he was getting dressed for, like, as if it was an appearance. Well, Michael's not dressing himself. He's flanked by people who are dressing him. They're untucking his shirt for him. They've got, doing his hair. They're tying his tie. His arms are basically
on his nose.
Yeah. He's got tape on his nose affixing it so it can hold up the cartilage because the cartilage is so ravaged by all the plastic surgery.
Is the tape always there?
No. It looks
so
like
he puts the tape and then what?
Going out the door?
Yeah.
Takes it off?
Yeah.
Wait, you saw that on the video? That's pretty cool.
No, not that one.
But what happens? Doesn't his nose fall back down when you take the tape off?
Who knows?
Jesus.
But it's this mangled, obviously over-surgeried nose that just, sits atop his over-surgeried face. And he's just flanked by this posse of Nation of Islam guys who follow him everywhere, and they're sucking up for money. And he's got, his face is, obviously it's heavily made up, and just, all the surgery is very obvious in the footage that Chuck's got. And
gotta take a look at that.
Yeah, it's really, really disturbing. But he's created this alternate reality for himself because he's just been surrounded by these people and he's had so much money. He's delusional, and it's the first thing you get from watching this footage. Not as if you haven't seen enough in the Bashir piece and every other piece of recent footage. He's completely out to lunch. There's one scene in particular where he's talking to Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin's kissing his ass somewhere. It was like in a hotel, maybe.
No, it was in the guest room.
Oh, it was in the guest room. Okay. They're speaking, and Michael is convinced that all these major Hollywood directors, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, James Cameron, all consult him before moving forward on a movie project.
They consult Michael Jackson first. George Lucas consults Michael Jackson before he makes Star Wars.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what Michael's saying.
Totally convinced that that's the absolute truth.
Maybe to get inspiration for new aliens that are going to be in the bar scenes. Maybe that's it. Michael, that face. But he really believes that.
But having all these people around, for 2 decades, you're God.
Yeah.
And who's going to question your authority, your decision on anything? And that's part of the problem. Hey, let's go to the movie. Let's go somewhere. No, you got to have 15, 20 guys around you. Let me put this over my head. Sure, people are going to start to look and say, what's going on over here? Stop it. Stop it.
Jeez, man.
So it's to the
Did
point
Michael Jackson actually talk to you?
Oh, yeah. I've had dinner with him. The house, it's phenomenal. The Beverly Hills house is just fantastic. It's got to be a 20-foot long table, and it's got a glass floor. So right below is a swimming pool and a bowling alley.
That's so you can have the kids up there.
Hit the button.
Have them naked up on that first floor so you can look underneath.
He's got, away from everything else and just talking to him, he is very bright. He's got a sense of humor. But once he's surrounded by other people, it's this. It's not the person. He's got this illusion around him that it's like, you live into being a god. It's time to wake up. And I think after this court appearance is going to be a wake-up call. Because at this point, he's through. Regardless of what happens, if he gets off, it's over for Michael Jackson.
He hasn't really put out anything that anyone wants to hear of.
Yeah,
even
his greatest hits was a flop, right?
Yeah, no one really wants to hear it. So I can't see him touring and really doing anything that way. So, even if he did skate this, he's pretty tainted.
Hey guys, let's say hi to someone you should know, Chuck. John Heffron.
Hello, fellas.
How are you, buddy?
The Hef Man.
We got
your... Chuck, when I saw the footage of Michael Jackson, this whole time I always thought, hey, that guy looks like Chuck. And it was you.
It was me. My 60 second of fame. Worldwide.
I have a question for you, Chuck. Did you make just a boatload of money doing that, though?
No. That was it. It's like I had to get paid, and still there's some money that have not been paid, so it's a little funky.
Huh.
How you doing?
Good.
The married life treating you good?
You know what? It's difficult, Chuck.
Oh, boy.
Really? Here we go.
See, this is the biggest curse, you got the woman, and, you're up and coming, and then you get married just as you hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that has got to be the worst.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it to too many.
John Heffron, obviously a star from Last Comic Standing, and you pretty much got married just before you started filming that, right?
Yeah, actually, I think like 2 weeks before I won.
And you're making all these. Here's a guy who's got to concentrate. He's in competition. He's a hell of a comic, and your plate was full as hell.
Yeah.
Making
Why not?
plans.
You know what I mean? Let's all have it all go at once.
So, why is marriage difficult, John?
It's just hard because you don't, you have no place to go when you're arguing.
Well, how long have you been married?
6 months.
6 months. You shouldn't be arguing.
Let me give you a suggestion, John. You stay in the car and listen to XM radio. You find
in the house.
I guess so.
Wait, how long were you together before you got married?
We got engaged in a month.
But how long did you know each other?
Before we got engaged, a month.
All right. So you're together a month. You get engaged a month. Wow.
What? Wait a minute.
This should be the truest, happiest love ever, ever, ever.
Wait, John. So why did you feel like you had to get engaged after a month?
I don't know. Maybe it's because, I traveled so much and, you do that road thing and then you meet somebody that's kind of cool and,
You didn't get your ring at Penn Station, did you?
What?
You didn't get your engagement ring at Penn Station, did you?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. This story's sounding a little familiar.
Anthony did.
Yeah, I did. And I was married a few months after I met the girl, and
my parents
didn't work out.
I got to ask my brothers, but I think my parents got married after only knowing each other for like 3 months. Something.
And they're still married?
Well, thanks for bringing something up.
Oh, a little painful.
Well, you figure you got a 50% chance of no matter what. You know?
That's good. 50-50. Yeah, let me either throw all my possessions away or not. That's good. On a coin toss.
Exactly.
So at this point, are you starting to think that you were mistaken?
No. I think it probably,
She's in
saved
the room.
me. I think if it didn't happen, I'd be, addicted to drugs and
No, wait a
women.
minute. Wait a minute. You're at the 6 month mark. Can you picture 6 years?
Can I picture 6 years?
Yeah, with this woman after.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Even though 6 months later you're arguing a lot.
She's right in the room with you, isn't
Right,
she, John?
that's it. That's it.
She came in from the kitchen, huh? You got that one good line out, and now you're like, oh crap, she's now sitting next to me.
I'm in a ball in the closet right now.
In the fetal position. Wow, John. I just know how this stuff tends to end, and it's not pretty. And where do you live?
Los Angeles.
Oh, that's great because
because there's no snatch walking around Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's hard.
And they won't just instantly give her half of everything you have.
Right. There's
no matter if you're together for a day.
That's it.
You could share a toilet stall in a train station with a girl, and you'll owe her money if you decide to split up.
Do it.
Well, this has been an uplifting conversation.
Yeah.
John, this is what you do. So don't even talk to us anymore. Hang up, call a U-Haul, and move to Idaho. That's your only shot. So you're not reminded of all the snatch that's walking around that you could have if you weren't married.
2 words.
Yeah,
Scott Peterson.
It's tough, but you know what I mean. She's a good girl. She's hot.
Oh yeah, that
cool.
she is. Are you guys in a new house?
We closed on a house in like.
You closed on her house, huh?
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, you take care of that house. Look at it, work on it, because she is going to be living in it, having sex with other men while you are in an apartment.
This is John. He's a friend of the show.
I'm
Anthony.
just saying, this is how it ends, though. It's horrible that this guy buys a house on his hard work, and it's going to be hers.
Are you trying to say someday he's just going to be driving by to take a look at the house?
Yeah, that was mine. I paid
With
for
his
it.
tear coming down his cheek.
Yeah.
John.
As he lives in some shithole apartment. Just talk to... yeah, huh? Hey, I had a nice house, too, okay? All of a sudden, now my ex-wife lives there. I live in a hovel. Oh! Talk to Dice. He'll tell you about that.
Well, at least as long as the pool boy actually cleans the pool before he nails it,
Oh, Dice actually had a disco in his basement.
Yeah.
And now he lives in an apartment, and his ex-wife runs the house.
Has the dream house that he worked for. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, lawyers.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I gotta tell you guys, I forgot where I was, but some other DJ was playing the funniest thing that you guys did. I don't even know how old it is. Some PD that you guys must have worked for went on air drunk.
Oh, Frankie Blue.
Oh my God, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, the Frankie Blue audio.
Yeah, Frankie Blue.
Baby.
Baby.
We're gonna be on vacation soon, and we'll play that as one of the bits. So
Yeah, people got to hear it.
so they could catch up
funny.
a little bit. Oh, thanks. What are you up to, John?
Just traveling, you know. It's been nonstop since the show's been over, doing a lot of theaters and selling out those and regular clubs and trying to get famous. So 6 months from now, people aren't saying, "Hey, are you the last comic standing guy?"
Well, you're going to have that title. How has it been doing the show? I didn't get a chance to talk to you after the third season, which was a fiasco in itself.
Right.
Why do I keep touching this little? What is this?
How has it been?
It's a finger vibrator.
Keeping it over there.
And I don't know where that finger has been. For all I know, that's what the doctor was using on me twice.
But you're doing good. How was the experience doing the show? I mean, from stand-up, you had two things. You were doing your stand-up and doing a TV primetime show. How was that for you?
Yeah, you know what? It was the second season, the season that I won was
a lot of fun.
Obviously the best one.
Yep.
And season 3 was, I could have done without.
Yeah.
That was too bad. They wrecked the franchise by throwing that third season out there.
Yeah, and then then there were a lot of things that happened on the show that people at home didn't see. And then in the end result, it just looked like I sucked.
Like what,
Now
John?
what?
Like what?
Yeah, explain, please.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, I think one time I was getting ready to walk out, and Chuck goes, hold on a second, John, go back to your mark. And then, like, Jay Moore came out and did, like, 45 or 50 minutes, and then halfway through just introduced me. Chuck goes, okay, we're ready. And then he just was going, hey, what's up with Southwest Airlines? John Heffern, everybody. And then you walk out to that, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and then
boy.
when the people see it at home, they're like, hey, how come the audience isn't laughing at him till halfway through?
Did Jay come off looking good?
Did what?
Did Jay come off looking good?
On the show?
Yeah.
I don't know. Everywhere I go, people always ask if
That's
he
all
was
that
a
really
nice
matters.
guy or not.
That's all that really matters.
I got to be honest. I thought that whole show was about making Jay Moore look
Jay
good.
Moore look good.
Also, I'm like, why is he doing 20 minutes of stand-up? It's not about him.
Isn't that the Jay Moore vehicle? Right.
You don't see Survivor dude all of a sudden doing all the challenges. He just kind of introduces them. But Jay, I'm like, why is he doing like 15 minutes on whatever?
That's funny.
Getting huge laughs and stuff. Jeff Probst isn't doing, challenges.
Hey, let me get in there and do a challenge.
You don't see Joe Rogan eating like brain, lamb brains all of a sudden.
Not
He leaves
on
it to the
TV.
contestants.
Right.
That's what I couldn't understand. I'm like, wow, this whole show is to just showcase Jay Moore.
All about Jay.
Yeah.
And then the other guys. Because I'm like, why is he doing stand-up? One or two jokes I could understand, but all of a sudden he's doing a set.
Yeah.
Because it's like his opportunity to do a set on a national TV show.
Yeah.
It got really funky. I mean, the NBC, after the second season, which John won, it was a quick turnaround. They had some programs that just bombed, so that's how we got on the third show. Because it takes 8 months to do a nationwide search, get it down to 20, get it down to 10, live in the house together for 6 weeks, and then you lose a. We didn't have that luxury.
I love the show. Third season, I had a lot of people in that Ed and I know personally, and I couldn't even be bothered.
No.
And usually you want to go run out and watch your friends on TV. I was like, this is so freaking bad. I just stopped watching it.
Yeah, it didn't have the excitement of the house and the interaction and all that stuff. It was boring.
All right, John, we got to go. We're running out of show, unfortunately. Any gigs you want to plug?
Yeah, I'm actually where the heck am I? I'm at in Stamford.
Oh, Stamford, Connecticut.
This week.
Okay, cool.
And you know what? It'd probably be good if I actually had something written down where. I guess I'm performing in the entire city.
Instead of just having people drive to Stamford and hope to bump into you.
Yeah, do you want them to just stop at bus stops until they find you?
Theater.
The Palace Theater in Stamford, Connecticut. This
Yeah.
weekend?
Excuse me?
This weekend? Like Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, it is, I think, Thursday.
Wow, that is
This could be the worst plug ever.
I've ever heard.
I just get off of a plane and look for the guy holding my name, and then he drives me to a hotel, and then somebody picks me up and takes me to some theater.
See, the marriage is getting to you.
Oh.
All right, John, you going to come in and see us soon or what?
I would love to. I'm actually in New York in like a month or two. I'd love to come in and hang out with you guys.
Come on down, bro.
Having a blast here, man.
Sweet. All right, Chuck, you take care of yourself also.
You too. Good talking to you, John.
Okay, if I ever get arrested for anything, I want you to videotape me going to jail.
That's right, baby.
All right.
Cups and all.
Thanks, Chuck. I mean, John. Jesus. Thanks, John.
Oh, my God.
John Heffron.
Poor son of a bitch.
The married
oh,
life.
my God.
He met her in a month. They engaged for a month. Got married when he was tops.
6 months later. 6 months later. So 8 months total. And there's too much arguing. There's a lot of arguing. There should be no arguing. The first, I would say the first 3 years of a relationship, there should be no arguing.
Should be just a clean skate.
And this is for average people, the first 3 years.
Yep.
Anyone else, you could go your whole relationship without arguing, and then you get people like this. 6 months into it. Arguing? The only arguing should be about, no, you fuck better than I do. No, baby, you fuck better than I do.
Why do I have to be on top tonight?
You make me feel better than I make you feel. No, you feel great. That's the only arguing there should be. No arguing. 6 months. If you're arguing 6 months in, it's done. It's done. Did you read this whole Jennifer Aniston,
Brad Pitt
thing?
They're going
now
to
they're trying to get back together, and they're going to go to a counselor.
Counselors are the worst
Absolutely.
thing ever.
I'm against counseling. I know I need to discuss things with a professional. I refuse to do it because I'm not going to go to some person that has no idea about me, and they're going to get to know me an hour at a time under my dime. No, thank you.
And they'll tell you things.
If it works for you, great. But God forbid I say this. I think I'm too smart for that because I'm like, oh yeah, you really care about my childhood. You really care that this happened and that happened and why I think this. Shut up. Yeah. I see right through the crap.
It is a scam. The scam is, okay, if you're the husband, you're the wife, 1 week the husband wins. The next week the wife wins. And it goes back and forth because they're getting $150 an hour.
Keep it going.
Unless you're the Elephant Man. And unless you're the Elephant Man, counseling is just not going to do the job.
Why would the counseling work on the Elephant Man?
Because
he's still the
I'm
Elephant Man
basically
at the end of the
saying
day.
If you look at yourself in the mirror and think you're so desperate that you need to go to a counselor with your significant other to save whatever you have,
you got to just walk away.
It's not worth it unless you're the Elephant Man, knowing you're not going to get anything else in your life.
If you're having problems to the point where you feel you have to go to a counselor with your significant other, walk away, because those are the problems that are too big to solve.
You cannot be honest in the room either. You cannot be honest in the room.
No.
It's supposed to teach you to communicate.
Right, communication. See, you're just not communicating. Okay, how could I communicate to her that I can't fucking stand her anymore? Is that communicating? Are we here to stay together?
Right.
It's like, let's be blatantly honest. We hate each other. Goodbye.
So Brad and Jennifer are going to go see a counselor?
Yeah.
What a dummy he is.
Oh.
I can't speak for him. I think I know how guys think. What a dummy.
Dope. There's no reason.
Every piece of tail in the world wants him.
Whose suggestion was it? Was it his?
Fuck hers.
Brad Pitt, come on.
Unless
he's looking.
Dare I say he's pussy whipped to that point?
Ooh. No. How much money's involved here, gentlemen?
Maybe that's it. Those two rake in a lot.
All right, why don't we take a quick break, Anthony, and we'll finish up. Chuck is you're sitting in for Norton, I'd have to say. Chuck Vinson, really helping us out today. Speaking of Norton, he has a little Michael Jackson stuff that he did on his Yellow Discipline CD. And Jimmy's not here, and I think this fits.
Where is Jimmy?
So why don't
Jimmy's in L.A.
He's trying out for HBO today.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Pastor better not forget me.
Here's Mr. Norton.
But I don't like when it's falsely claimed. Like Michael Jackson complaining about racism really annoys me. When has racism hurt Michael Jackson? No one is prejudiced against white women. Maybe the album didn't sell because he's allegedly a pedophile. Which is like saying Jupiter is allegedly a planet. I think he's a pedophile, and it bugs me, because whenever he's around, he gets all the cute kids, and I have to hit on the fat, ugly ones. I can't compete with Never Never Land and hit records. You know how humiliating it is to tell a 9-year-old, come on, kid, I got personality. And it's weird, man. He really is out of his mind. Did anybody see the MTV Video Music Awards this year? He really is nuts. If you didn't see it, it was Michael's birthday. So they were going to give him a kink, you know, because that's the only thing with a C and a K they could give him on live television. And MTV has very consistent morality. Andrew Dice Clay says dirty words. He can't go back on. Michael Jackson molests a kid and pays him off. Happy birthday. So before Michael comes out, they send Britney Spears out to make a speech. And she is an absolute dummy. And I mean, just really, if it were up to me, Michael would be artist of the millennium. Which is nice, considering there's only been 2 years in the millennium. What's the matter? Was artist of the week taken, you stupid whore? Oh, would I like to rape her? With a Michelob bottle. You're right, I apologize. That was wrong. I mean, you prefer Budweiser or Heineken? So Michael Jackson hears this, and he thinks he's just won Artist of the Millennium. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone tells me I'm getting a bowling trophy, I ask 4 other people. All right, is it my turn to go out yet? But no, not stupid. He just walks out with a thing on his nose and a Star Trek shirt. And makes an acceptance speech for an award he didn't win because it doesn't exist. And it didn't strike him as odd that he had to pull the award out of a cake. Wouldn't that tip you off that something was wrong if you go, hey, I want to say thank you to everyone? And that was just backstage rehearsing with Macaulay Culkin.
How you doing? This is Club Soda Kenny. And let me remind you how handsome and talented Opie and Anthony are. Ain't they cute?
XM202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Friggin' perverts. This show sponsored by MrSkin.com.
Really? Give him a plug.
For all your perv needs, go to MrSkin.com. Eric has been showing us video all day and stills of just these hot young actresses.
Never fire Eric.
No, he just showed us some
the
video
girl from the swimming pool. What's her name?
It's a French name.
Yeah. Well, just in case you want to.
Ludwig Sagnier.
Ludwig Sagnier.
Sagnier.
And she was in the swimming pool and some other movies that she apparently is naked in and having sex in.
Oh, Anthony, the movie's called La Petite Lily.
La Petite Lily.
Oh, no, or is that...
No?
Water Drops on Burning Rocks? Oh, that's when she was 19?
Is it on DVD?
Stop it. Here, hold on. He's about to play a video where she has to have the most perfect body a girl could have. She even passes the what was I saying during commercial?
Droopy test.
The droopy test.
Pencil test.
And even when she's on her back, they're still heaving upwards.
Yeah, she was laying on her back, and they're still poking up.
And the guy's having, like, stupid conversations with the girl. So
stupid French conversation with that stupid language.
Here's a scene that Eric's about to play where she's just riding him. She's on top. And here's the dialogue. Here we go.
Yeah, read the subtitles.
All right, here we go. She's just rocking. Do you like your job? Not much. How much do you make? It depends, not a lot. Would you like to earn more? I know an easy way to make money. You'll need to work for me. Why not? But basically, it's going nowhere. But basically, he's having small talk. He's having small talk as he's just banging.
Yeah,
banging. This
talking about work.
Hot piece of ass.
Stupid French.
Anyway. All right, so anything else on the Michael Jackson thing there, Chuck?
You know what?
Observations?
It's to the point where, like I said, I was around him, and, you mess up once.
Boing.
You mess up once. He's gonna have.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put him away.
But the mom, all these stories. What's the story on the mom? Is the mom making up all this? Is she getting the kids in the dark room? You must say this, and this.
She's very suspicious herself.
That's it.
Doesn't mean the kid wasn't molested. Hey, in other news, we should just run through some other stories that are being talked about today. The Martha Stewart thing. She's released, and
yeah, she got out. She was wearing a poncho that some convict made her in prison.
And
that was her fashion statement.
I was laughing at the TV because everyone was wondering where the poncho came from.
Yeah.
And it turns out one of the, her fellow inmates made it for her, and she walked out of the prison and jumped on her private, helicopter or something?
Big jet,
or whatever it was to come back home. And basically, She was hanging out in a spa for the last 5 months.
Yeah, that was
she didn't
not
do hard
a prison.
time.
That's no prison. They're knitting. They're doing crafts. This is what this woman did anyway. She was doing crafts for the whole time she was in there with other women.
Having gourmet meals.
Yeah.
Come on.
This wasn't weight room getting, shanked out in the yard and getting your ass handed to you and, weights, sweat, and basketball.
Yeah.
This is crafting.
When you think about a woman going to prison, you think about those old prison movies where all the girls have to walk around in wife beater shirts and
shower together.
The dyke in the laundry room that violates you with a broom handle.
Right. And if they don't do the warden, there'll be hell to pay later on in the shower.
Warden wants to see you.
Right.
They take you to the warden's office where she makes you go down on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
Hey, you either do the female warden or you're getting a broomstick later from Hazel.
Yeah, it wasn't that kind of prison.
No, not at all. There was nothing going on.
They weren't fighting over crafts. Hey, man, you going to use them sparkles? Hey, man, you using those beads and that glue? It's nothing like real prison. It's girls sitting around making quilts, making ponchos.
They all have knitting needles, and no one's using them for the right reason.
To shank them.
To shank each other.
That would be funny out in the yard. Someone gets a knitting needle in their bag. Oh!
And and now she's wearing the house arrest bracelet.
Oh, she's got that now because they were saying, hey, look, every paper was pointing out the fact that she wasn't wearing the anklet,
and she's getting it today or something. So Tony Danza was wearing one on his show. Oh boy, Tony, you're hilarious.
Hey, I might run off. Yeah, please do.
And then Deborah Norville had to wear one and show how it's like to be under house arrest. It's a piece of cake for this lady. It's made her bigger. Controversy we all know sells.
Big time.
She's not in a little
show.
apartment. She's not under house arrest in a little hovel. She's in a mansion. Please.
And Rob on Long Island, Martha's prison was not a spa. You understand what we're saying, though. She wasn't really doing hard time. She wasn't doing light time. She was barely in prison is what it comes down to. In other news, Anthony, Flavor Flav. I try to talk like ghetto sometimes.
I've never heard any ghetto guy say Flavor Flay.
All right, Flavor Flav.
The new Flavor Fillayer.
Flavor Flav loses Bridget for good.
Oh.
Bridget Nielsen tied the knot with her much younger boyfriend. It's her 5th marriage.
5th? Who were the other guys?
Well, one was, let's remember, she married
Sly.
Yeah.
I remember Sly, and wasn't Mark Gastineau? Was she
married?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, this is her 5th.
Bitch can take a punch.
John Heffron, maybe, number 7.
This is her 5th wedding. She's 42, and her Italian boyfriend of 1 year is 28.
Nightmare.
And she's 8 inches taller than the guy. I don't know how you do that in a relationship where the woman's that much taller than you.
I was watching Cobra the other day. You ever see Sly Stallone in Cobra? What a bad movie that is. Just awful. And she's in that one when she was a lot younger, and she was pretty hot. Wasn't bad at all. Nice and tall. Oh, here goes Eric. Here goes Eric to Mr. Skin. See if we can find some Brigitte, huh?
I think Steve's been trying to get Mr. Skin, the Mr. Skin guy, on our show. This is a perfect opportunity now that we talked about it all morning.
He hasn't been on the show yet?
No. I don't think so.
Oh.
And no, I know so. No, he hasn't. Sylvester Stallone is in town promoting his latest reality series, and we have a professional booker that we spend a lot of money on, and, well...
I hope you guys...
I don't see Sly Stallone walking through the door. That's all I'm going to say.
No.
That's all I'm going to say.
No.
Don't want to talk bad about anyone, but I'm wondering why...
Where's Sly?
Why we wouldn't get a little... get a few minutes with Sly Stallone
Sly?
today. So Flavor Flay, that whole show was a Flavor Flav.
It was just a farce.
It was a joke. They weren't banging, nothing like that.
They understood that it was popular because it was so freakish.
Well,
they weren't in love.
Yeah, they played it up because it made for good TV and helped both of their careers. That's all that was about.
Yep.
Everyone, I hope, knew that. And then finally, Anthony, Ed McMahon has fallen down at home.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, first sign.
That is bad, right?
Oh, Chuck, you're on to this, right?
First sign.
You're on to that. You never want to fall down at home.
No,
never.
You guys familiar with Chick Hearn, who was the announcer for the Lakers
of
for
course.
like 30 years?
Of
when
course.
he fell, that was it.
It's all it takes. Gravity does in old people.
It's always It's always some weird thing. I think it's more publicists explaining, trying to make it sound like, oh, it was no big deal. But falling down at home is never ever good.
Never good for the old people.
So basically, Ed McMahon, 82, Johnny Carson's former sidekick, was hospitalized after falling in his Beverly Hills home, left him with a mild concussion and a gash in his head that required stitches.
Uh-oh.
Mr. McMahon's prognosis is excellent, and he's expected to be released from the hospital in the next few days.
Yeah, that's old pie crust pelvis is okay, though? Didn't snap?
Well, that's
graham crackers.
Falling at home really bad. Falling at home, breaking a hip. That's over.
The death sentence.
No offense to Johnny Carson, but it's over, Johnny.
Yeah. Hi-oh.
And the answer is. And then has been Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys DUI in.
Oh, it was him?
On the
news was teasing it last night. It was like, a Backstreet Boy in trouble with the law. Tune in.
Yeah, the news is so unkind. They're like, has been Backstreet Boy.
Has been.
Yeah, he was driving drunk on the PCH.
Oh.
PCH coming home from Huntington Beach. So.
Yeah.
Do we have any, what did we learn today? To wrap up this mess of a show?
I saw a few on instant feedback.
All right, here, because I'm getting all clogged up again. Dan, in Illinois, what did you learn on the program today?
I learned that the darkies can also be referred to as monkeys.
Oh my God.
Back to the monkeys.
How to go to the phones.
Pinchy.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey, today I learned that Opie's played 1,458 games of solitaire on his trio. His longest winning streak is 2 in a row, and his longest losing streak is 349 games in a row.
You got to add the 22 to the... That number was the losses I get. Well, all right. Yeah, close enough.
Oh, my.
Very good, Pinchy.
Thank you.
Golden Buns from Whackbag. I learned that Opie's doctor likes to put his hand up Opie's ass.
Right.
I've been saying.
I've been working on that, too.
And Spill in Jersey says, I learned that digital watches, when displaying numbers, tell you what time it is.
Hey, Chuck.
How about that?
Oh, we only have 25 seconds, and Chuck has a real plug.
Oh, I just wanted to plug. I'm going to be directing. Alonzo Bolton is doing a DVD in 2 weeks in L.A., so it's going to be off the hook. Just wanted to say that. And I've had a ball today, guys.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
Really great meeting you.
Very cool.
Yeah, Chuck Vincent from Last Comic Standing, the director.
Yes.
And he'll be part of the show here and there, I think.
I'll give you a call, yeah.
You did a good job.
That's it. Bye.
What about the one?
That's it. I'm out of here.